Welcome to the Crossroads Chronicles. This is a series where we bring in guest game masters to run a TTRPG of their choice. Our goal is to run as many different systems and show off as many different GMs as we can before repeating any of them. Thank you for joining us for Season 1, Volume 2, and I'm super excited to introduce our second GM. Best Bob, please introduce yourself and tell us what we're playing.
Okay, I am Best Bob McDonald at Stage Outlaw on Twitter. I have been featured a lot on this channel, and I thank Kerri for letting me play all the games I have been able to play so far. You've seen me in Deadlands, you've seen me in Glass Chronicles, you've seen me in Battle Lords, a couple of the Oops-Alls, pretty much a lot of the channel. I'm here. So if you're watching the channel, I'm here. Today, I am introducing this group to Kids on Bikes, which is a system that I play with my home group. It's very fun. It's very storyteller driven. And the best part about it is I don't have to do all the work. A lot of it is collaborative storytelling with the actual players. So we all the choices that we make, all the failures that happen, we all decide how it plays out, and then we play it out. And with that, I have an awesome table here with me today. So why don't we start introducing, and I think we're starting with Moss. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Okay, thanks. My name is Moss or Jaden. I go by both. I use any pronouns really at this point. And I'm going to be playing Ryan Sullivan, who uses she, her pronouns.
Hi, I'm Kaz. My pronouns are they, them. I don't know, I stumbled over that. And I will be playing Wally Summers, who uses he, they pronouns. And I'm really excited to play Kids on Bikes because, yeah, it sounds fun.
Hi, I'm Candace, also known as That Candace Girl or Candace Magnificent. Today I will be playing Whitney Wooldridge, and they use they, she pronouns, as do I.
I hope you know who I am on my channel, but I am Kerri Smith, and I will be playing Nikki tonight. We both use she, her pronouns. And without further ado, let us tell you a story. Take it away, Bob.
We're going to welcome you to St. Louis, Ohio in 1993, probably September, early October. A tired, sleepy town to anyone who would look at the smaller, it would be one of the smallest map dots in the US. But time here will hold more than enough of that adventure for these blue-collar inhabitants. Looking down Main Street, you would see the normal stores that you would see on Main Street. You would see the hardware store, the St. Louis Community Bank, the Five and Dime Pharmacy, as well as some other curiosities that you wouldn't expect. There's the Timex Clock Shop, St. Louis Believe It or Not, which has some of the lesser-known wax figures, but it's more known for the world's largest collection of Pogs. The main source of income for our town is most of the family and parents work at the K9 Crunchies manufacturing plant nearby. Not the best job, but it's enough to put food on the table and a roof over your head. So now we're going to meet our characters. It's a warm, early or late summer day in late September, like I said. It's Saturday. And the previous night, the high school soccer team won its first Friday night match under the new lights, and spirits are quite high for the Moths that have won their first game. And the whole town is just buzzing with the excitement. So, what I'd like my characters to do is, it's Saturday morning. We are going to do this sort of 80s, 90s movie montage style, and I'd like you to introduce your character, what they look like, what they would do on a typical Saturday morning and where you headed to on Saturday.
Cool. So then if it's Saturday morning, she probably would be out celebrating, maybe at like a diner, doing like a breakfast diner thing with her soccer team. I'm going to be playing Ryan Sullivan. She is very athletic high schooler. She's pretty tall. I think I have her at 5'7" or 5'8". Which is not really a soccer player thing. Soccer players are generally short, but we're gonna ignore that. She's the goalie of the team, so it's fine if she's tall. She has pretty long, pretty dark brown hair. I would say it goes down to between like her shoulder blades, but she usually keeps it up out of her face. There's not really much else to Ryan. She's just out. She would be like at this diner with her soccer team celebrating the victory from the night before. Probably not too early because they probably would have been out doing high school shenaniganry the night before, but relatively early.
So Whitney is like 5'5", not short, not tall. They have black features and tightly curled hair that's like past like their shoulder blades, like kind of longish, that they usually wear in like braids or some other style, but today they've got kind of like their natural hair flowing. And they are in the bathroom, laying on the bathroom floor on the cold tile after having 2 beers the night before. Not used to it. They went out to celebrate this championship that the soccer players won and was hovering around with other popular kids to look at the soccer players and just sort of be there to support them. And she is currently really regretting her choices. She's been sick like all night with these 2.5 beers and 1 cigarette that they smoked the night before, and have brushed their teeth 700 times. There's toothpaste all over their face, but it's okay because no one can see them. They're just in their house by themselves. Their parents are wherever they are, and she doesn't have to worry about anybody knowing her dark secret that she can't hold her liquor. So
80s 90s style montage. You watch Wally Summers, very average height. Since we're talking about heights, I don't know what an average height is. 5'4". On the shorter side. You see this kid sort of walking down the stairs in like these like plaid pajama pants and this like oversized like hoodie, just sort of begrudgingly walking down. You can tell that he wears like this one singular like hoop earring on the right side. It's something that he clearly like had begged his parents for, and they were given the chance to have the singular earring, and they were very excited about it. But they're walking down the stairs and going to the fridge to grab some milk, grab some Fruit Loops, pour themselves a big bowl of cereal, clearly unaffected by whatever the town was celebrating last night, because they watched the soccer game and then promptly left. So completely unaffected, because Saturday mornings are a routine. They sit down to watch some Saturday morning cartoons. They play out all their little comic books that they have bought for the week, and sitting down to read. And clearly, like, it is like a thing that they're very excited to like partake in, with a big bowl of Fruit Loops as they sit there and enjoy their Saturday morning. Unlike most people, it sounds like.
And then finally, Nikki.
I think
Kerri.
Yeah, I think like the camera sees the Saturday morning cartoons and kind of zooms out in a different location. And the Saturday morning cartoons are on here too. But this house is pretty dark, pretty small. It appears to be some sort of like trailer. And as it's zooming out, there's like a footstool on the floor where a little boy is sitting, waiting. And we see Nikki in the kitchen grabbing cereal, grabbing milk, and pouring. There's 2 bowls out, and she pours one bowl and realizes there's not enough for a second bowl. Fills the first bowl with milk, brings it over to her brother. Nikki has very short, like 90s boy band, think like Nick Carter style hair, but it is brown and kind of pale skin. She currently wears shorts and like a hoodie, and she just sets the bowl down and then slumps down on the couch to watch cartoons with her brother.
So there's two things that have been buzzing. So the town is buzzing about this win, of course, but there's some other sort of buzzings going on that you all know about. You probably have heard your parents talking about it. This town has been stagnant for a while. The stagnation of the economic base sort of points towards the stoppage of the mill. You guys know the mill as a popular hangout for the cool kids. They go there to drink, they go there to make out, and there is a rumor that there is some sort of Sasquatch type creature that lives in the woods out by the mill there, and people leave offerings for that Sasquatch at the mill. But the buzz that has been stirred up in town recently is that they're trying to get the water wheel to work again. They feel that if the water wheel were turning, so would the economics stir up in town here. There is, Wally, you probably put down your comic books like on a notice for a town meeting about this water wheel, like save the water wheel type, we're getting it back up and running to get the town up and running. Whitney, your dad being who he is, would probably have been talking about it at the dinner table, things like that. So there's this big to-do in town, and we don't know whether or not this water wheel is going to work or not, but it's shut down probably about 20 or 30 years ago, and they're trying to get it back up and running. The Daily Dispatch has had the Ask Karen column. There have been questions and answers and all of these things in that thing, and everybody seems to be for it. Nikki, your brother, who is incredibly interested in this cryptid type creature, has gone out to the water wheel multiple times.
Nikki always tries to convince him not to go, always knows that that's where he's going when he heads out, but has primarily been too afraid to follow him out there. Not because of the Sasquatch, but because of the wheel itself.
I think Wally is very much like indifferent to it. I think he's kind of like, I don't care one way or the other. I mean, if it's gonna kick out a bunch of people from being able to hang out there, I guess that sucks, because that means they'll probably find a place somewhere else in town, and it'll be weird, but kind of like indifferent, like I don't care either way what happens there. So
Ryan is a kind of strange indifference to it, where like growing up, you know, when she was like younger, it was like a place that her and her friends would like dare each other to go visit, like kind of the fear-seeking, like thrill-seeking sort of thing. And then once she got into high school, it was a place where a lot of her friends would hang out. But now that she's, you know, kind of at the end of her high school career and is trying to focus on like her school and like specifically her soccer performances, she doesn't get to go there as often, and so it kind of feels like kiddish for her. But I think like she's kind of bummed it's gonna be like fixed up, because that means that like all of the memories that she made hanging out with her friends there are kind of gonna be like washed away.
Whitney wants to like it, but
Yeah.
is not allowed to go there. because it's dilapidated and broken down and bad things happen there. I mean, I still go, especially if I think that like someone cool might be there. I'll ride my bike past it. But if no one I like is there, I see no reason to go there. Like, you have to be seen with good people, you know?
Is it mom or dad that says not to go there, or both?
Well, my dad is really the one, because he's up for re-election like in the next 3 years, and it's really important to him that I do whatever is going to look good in the paper. Like, he couldn't change that anyway. But my mom just like doesn't want him to get upset, because like whenever he like blows his top, everybody has to hear about it, and that's like the last thing she wants. So
is your dad the main person behind the water wheel? Or
he feels really passionate about it. I think it's because he used to be kind of dorky when he was younger, and he was never invited, and he's just jealous that I get invited. But you know, now he's like on this mission to make sure that nobody has a good time. And of course, everyone's looking at me like, can you preserve our memories, please? I mean, what am I going to do? So I do my best. He's mad about it. He said it's a historical landmark and they need to fix it up because, you know, we shouldn't be just known for pogs. We should be known for our water wheel. And I mean, why would you want to be known for something other than pogs? It's like the coolest thing.
It's true. It's true.
Ridiculous.
That is definitely true. Okay, so it's post breakfast, getting into lunch. Where does everybody head on their day? Do people have work? Do you have plans for the day?
I do have work. I have an afternoon session of studying that I have to do, and then around 6 o'clock I go over to What's the Scoop, where my job is. I usually grab like a little personal pan pizza from Pizza Hut. I just, you know, I loved Book It so much when I was younger, and that's baby stuff, so like I don't still do it. That's for nerds and children, so I pay for my personal pan pizza now instead of having a coupon.
My brother and I head out mostly because there's nothing to do at home, really. So we kind of like walk around town on Saturdays. And I've been actually stockpiling the Book It coupons so that we can, you know, stop at Pizza Hut, get some lunch. But yeah, pretty much just wherever he wants to go, I just tag along.
Does he have favorite spots in town that he hits every Saturday, or is it just...
I think he really likes like the comic book shop, but we can never get one, so he knows that he's just going to be looking, and that's okay.
Browsing.
He's okay with that. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm actually really split on if Ryan has a job or not, because I was never Jaden. Hi. I was never an athlete, so I don't know, like, is that... I almost wonder if she had a summer job that was like really intensive, like really work labor-ish, like hard, you know, labor. Like, I don't, maybe she worked on, her cousin's got a farm or something. Yeah, right. Like something like that, where she only works like really long hours during the summer. But now like that has officially ended since the school has started up again. And especially like with the first like game being done too, so she's like partially celebrating the game and also like being free. So I think maybe she doesn't have a job, so she's literally just been like doing who knows what with, you know, like people around town. So like she went out to go eat and they like went walking around, you know, like their downtown area, as small as that is, you know, and like kind of window shopping.
Where does Ryan stop?
Where does Ryan stop? I mean, ice cream sounds pretty good, so probably would be heading that way.
You walk into What's the Scoop?
If you walk in and it's like 4 o'clock, you'll see me there at one of the tables picking at a mint chocolate chip ice cream in a bowl and with a cone on the side, so that I don't look stupid.
Okay. Well then Ryan would walk in with maybe like 3 or 4 of her soccer team members that, decided they also wanted ice cream. And the poor employees seeing just a bunch of kids walk in all at once and stand there forever going, I don't know what sounds good. I'm just clogging up the line.
Jesse, hey, Jesse, you can just put their bill on my tab or whatever. It's fine. I've got plenty of money, so just like I'll pay for their ice creams. These are championship winning athletes, and it's really important, especially Ryan. Ryan, you were so amazing last night. It was incredible. I was watching from the stands. I don't know if you saw me, but I was right there in the front. I was wearing our school colors. I didn't do face paint because like gross, but I was really excited. And I saw you, and you were really you were amazing. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Thanks. And one of the other team members like goes, Brittany, thanks, appreciate it. Have a good one. And then she walks over to a table with her friends to wait for their food.
Yeah, cool. Okay. It's really nice. Like, I turned back to my group. It's really nice and like refreshing when someone doesn't just like know me as like the mayor's daughter, right? Like the mayor's kid. Like, it's so freeing. Like, did you hear what she called me? Brittany. Can you believe it? She doesn't know who I am. That's insane to me. I know. Well, she'll know me soon enough. Ooh. And like, I just like keep like kind of looking over at the table, and I'm like eating teeny tiny bits of ice cream, like making eyes.
Good.
Awesome. Wally, what is Wally doing?
I think after some good Saturday morning reads, I think Wally goes over to I think Wally works at like the like local library, the very small one that exists here, and like just like does like just some very menial like book stacking, and that's about it. Just putting books back. That's all that their job entails, because they cannot work at customer service because they're not a good customer service person sometimes, because they get really awkward. And I think they work for a small shift, and then for S&Gs, we'll say that they go over to Pizza Hut first to pick up, because, you know, who doesn't work in a library, right? And gather all the books to read, and then get all the tickets to get a personal pan pizza. And grabs that, and then we'll head over to we'll head over to What's the Scoop? Is that what it's called? Head over to What's the Scoop, walk in, set down the little pizza, set down their book bag with there's at least a dozen books in there. Like, truly, like, some of them are encyclopedias. Like, you don't understand why some of them are encyclopedias, but they just have it. Today it is L and J. Those are the encyclopedias that have been checked out today. And so Wally walks over to the front counter, I assume after that embarrassing moment that happened, and goes and orders some double chocolate ice cream on a waffle cone.
I see Wally walk in, and I just like shift my seat a little bit to like turn it. Just as quietly as possible.
Wally just like kind of looks at you and is like, and they just grab their ice cream and they sit down and pull out a book and just awkwardly sit there, because they're like, I don't know what else to do here. So here I am.
Oh, you're looking at me. No, I don't know them. I don't know why they waved. I've heard of him. He's cool. I've seen them around school. They're very bookish, and they really like to read. And obviously that's not who I am. I don't know anything about that kind of stuff. I'm too busy reading magazines.
I would absolutely love that, since Wally works at the library and Ryan is not very smart, but trying to do good at school so that she can get a scholarship. That she has been in there for like study groups, right? And Wally has
100%.
ended up having to like help Ryan with school. And so Ryan would actually see Wally and know who that is and be like, "Hey Wally, what's up? Are you still good to help me with math this year? Because that's like my worst subject."
Oh.
And like
Yeah.
I got Mr. Snow, and he's so hard.
Yeah, he can be a little bit of a, he's got to stick up his ass sometimes, but
Tell me about it.
yeah, but yeah, totally. I can help you if you want help. That's totally cool. I'm free usually, Tuesdays after school, sometimes Wednesdays, and usually Thursdays. So we can work around your sports schedule.
Okay, yeah. Big preach. You're a
Yeah.
lifesaver. Thank you, Wally.
Yeah, of course.
And then,
Yeah.
She'll just go back to eating her ice cream with her friends.
Great. What's my brother's name? What did we decide? Mark? Mark?
Mark.
Matt?
Yes,
Matt. It
Mark.
was Matt.
Matt.
Oh, Matt.
Yes.
Yeah.
Matt. Right, perfect. I totally remembered that and had that written down and everything. I think after we have our pizza, Matt is just begging me to go get ice cream, and it's like a once a week thing that we can do. So I'm like, you know what? Sure, but this is the week, or this is the day, just so you know, like we can't have ice cream for the rest of the week. So after that conversation is over, the door opens and Matt and Nikki walk in, and I think Matt probably just like goes up to the counter to go order, and Nikki's just kind of standing there like, oh no, I do not want to walk into here.
So you get these, it's the big like cling cling, those bells that are hanging from the door, cling cling, and everybody.
When you walk in, you likely see Whitney like turned like almost completely around. Like the seat hasn't moved, but they're like all the way around, like almost facing the door. And they have a spoon of mint chocolate chip, the green kind, ice cream, and it is dribbling down the front of their shirt as they're watching Ryan and Wally have a conversation.
Yeah, follow the gaze, see Ryan and Wally, and immediately look down to the floor and walk up to join Matt and order some ice cream in silence, and like just probably ears are a little bit red at this point too, like, okay, there are too many people in here.
The flyer for the town hall meeting was probably for tonight as well. So I don't know if anybody's going to that, but it's probably going to come up within the next hour or so is the big town meeting about the water wheel. People can address their concerns and whether or not they want to or not have this water wheel refurbished.
I was going to say that we could say for the sake of it, most of the booths have been taken. So Nikki, at some point you're looking for like a place for you and your brother to sit, and you just see Wally kind of like motion, and it's just like, I'm one person taking up an entire booth. Please go for it.
I think there was this moment of, oh darn, Matt, it's full. We're gonna have to leave. We can eat this outside. And then like ushering Matt towards the door, and you're like, no, you can sit over here. And I'm like, thanks.
Busted.
Yeah.
Which is even better because since Wally and Ryan were having a conversation, that means their tables are not that far apart.
Correct.
Oh yeah.
Nikki is going to try to sit facing away from Ryan.
Yeah, I think that's actually pretty good because then I think as soon as Ryan see you, because Ryan was like sitting in the corner like closest to like Wally's table, she would be like, anyways, I eat ice cream better when I can like walk and digest it at the same time. So like, any of you guys wanna? No, we're gonna sit here. Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
Are you sure you don't want to leave? We could walk outside. We could go.
Both of us simultaneously, like diagonally from each other.
Yeah, both of you roll a flight roll.
Oh no.
Oh shit.
Because you're both trying to get out of this awkward situation. And we'll put the DC at like, let's make it like, make it a 10.
A 10?
Yeah.
So what happens if I'm rolling a D8, Bob?
It
Good
can
What
luck.
happens
explode.
if I can't?
It can explode.
Explode.
It could explode.
It didn't. I rolled a crit fail. I rolled a 1.
I rolled a 2.
You're
Okay,
not going
so-
anywhere.
So you both fail at this trying to get out of here, and you both have to tell me. Well, you both get an adversity token, so mark another adversity token down.
They're facing away from each other, so they both stand up at the same time and then just bump into each other and have to like turn around, and we're stuck like. So.
I think to make it worse too, Matt is like, just because Ryan's here, that doesn't mean we have to leave.
That's awesome.
Oh no.
I see this all going down and I look at my watch and it's like 35 minutes before my shift and I just like stand up and like brush the crumbs off of like the chocolate chip crumbs off my shirt and just silently go in the back to change. Like I just
Hmm.
I gotta get away
leave.
from this.
And then I come back in a slightly different outfit. I don't wear the entire uniform because like hello, but like I have a little hat and I have an apron. And I just like stand at the furthest edge of the ice cream counter. Like in the corner.
Kind of, but not really, like cleaning that top there.
Yes. Yes. I am boring a hole in it with my cleaning. I've been cleaning it so well. Looking just sadly.
So what transpires between you bumped into each other? What transpires here?
Do either of us even know? I think there's like this, just this absolute, like, the ice cream parlor has never been so silent before.
And we're just
Except-
kind of standing there like, so how you been, Nikki?
Okay.
That, that's great. That's good. Great to hear. Yeah, good.
I'm gonna look over at Mark and I'm gonna be like, "Do you want another slice of pizza? I'm
Matt.
kind of full."
Matt,
Oh, Matt.
I think it's Mark now.
Okay. Well, Mark.
I
Matt.
think his
I
name
look
is
over.
Mark.
No,
His
it's
name
okay,
is
it's Matt.
Marcus
My
Matthews.
apologies.
And
Marcus
goes by
We
I
call him
look over-
Eminem because he's small.
Eminem. I look over at Matt and I slide my pan pizza over and I'm like, "Are you hungry? Because I feel like this is about to be really funny. So, just eat. Just eat while you get a show."
The universe has decided that both of you were going to stay, that something was going to happen here.
Maybe I can sit back down. I'll get out of your way. You can,
I can't leave without. And then just turns and sits back down and just glares at Wally for a moment.
cool. That, nice one, Ryan. She's also just gonna sit down and kind of do one of these.
So Eminem's just eating, and he finishes his food, and he looks at you, he's like, "We can go now."
Great.
All right.
Just stand
So-
up and immediately beeline for the door.
Okay. And you head out?
Yeah.
As you head out, you notice that other shops are closing up to get ready for this. You see Emery Flint across the street locking up the Timex clock shop, and he's heading off to the town meeting. You see Karen Kane locking up the Daily Dispatch. Everybody's sort of filing into the town hall at this point for this big meeting where they're going to discuss the mill. Is anybody going to the meeting, or will you be going other places? Right.
I specifically chose this shift so I would not have to go to the meeting.
Okay.
My parents have asked me several times to go. I'm supposed to be there. I have a special outfit I would not be caught dead in. And I'm going to stay here and I am going to do my job. And hopefully no one will come in and I can just be by myself. Honestly, I need to lick my wounds after that absolute dumpster fire of an encounter between people I genuinely thought might be my friends, might be my future partner, and a stranger. And their child, I guess. I don't know who that person is.
I think Nikki would be trying to do everything in her power to keep Eminem busy, because he's just gonna want to go to the water wheel, and quite literally anything else is better. So I will go wherever else he wants to go.
So how do you explain to him, like, I mean, he's obviously asked you like 3 or 4 times during the day, like, and we're going to go to the water wheel, right? And after this, we're going to go to the water wheel. And after this, we're going to go to the water wheel, right? And so you've put him off. This has to be the last time. Give me a, what is it? Charm roll.
No. Okay.
Yes, a charm roll. And let's see, the DC, I mean, he's a kid. You probably could make up a pretty good thing. So I'm going to give you a DC of like 8.
Yeah, I got a 3.
Okay, so you get another adversity token.
Yeah. I'm just so shaken up from, the ice cream parlor incident, and I'm yeah, I'm just like, just because I said no. And that's never the correct thing to say, but that's what I say. Because I said no.
He's like, well, that's not an answer. Come on. I mean, we went all over town today, and I just need to go and check on the water wheel. I just want to check on the water wheel. Can we go to the water wheel?
Okay, fine. But you're not getting in the water. You're not climbing on the water wheel. We're not going anywhere near the water wheel.
I just need to check on some stuff. That's all. That's all I gotta do.
You can check on some stuff away from the water wheel.
Perfect.
Great.
Begrudgingly go to this town meeting, and just sit in the back and listen.
Yeah, and I think as you were getting up to leave, Ryan's group was also getting up to leave, and she was like, hey, I'll catch you guys tomorrow, and like ends up just kind of walking next to like that awkward, like Wally and Ryan end up going the same direction, and then finally Ryan's like, so where are you headed?
To the town meeting, because apparently it's like everybody's favorite thing now about the water wheel, so.
That sounds really boring, dude.
I mean, yeah, it is, but it's also kind of funny because everyone's talking about boring stuff, like as if they have nothing better to do, so.
I'll bite. I've got nothing better to do. Can I join you?
Oh, yeah, sure. I was just going to sit in the back and just sort of keep an eye on some folks, just for...
That sounds ominous. I'm so in. Let's go.
I'm mostly like, okay, listen, I think...
No.
Oh, okay, all right, fine. Yeah, okay, cool. All right, that's fine. Sweet.
Awesome.
Cool.
Let's go. People watch.
We are going to cut to the water wheel. As Eminem and Nikki are approaching the water wheel, you actually see Emery Flint walking away from it. He walks away and more towards town. It was like he locked up his shop, walked out to the water wheel, and then is circling back to the town hall meeting. And Eminem runs, ahead of you, does not go near the water. He runs, behind the water wheel, and he's checking for offerings for the foot. He's like, oh, I gotta check my traps, and he runs into the woods like
You're what?
like 50 feet or something, and there's a childlike traps with stuff there, and then he's like, nothing. Okay. And then he comes back to the water wheel, and he's looking around the water wheel and searching around the water wheel. But, it's really just him checking on the places he likes to hang out when he gets here. But people who are at the town meeting see Emery Flint walk in at the town meeting as well. He immediately comes up. He's an old man. He runs the clock shop. Everybody knows who he is. And he sits down in the meeting, and the meeting for maybe 20, 25 minutes talks about the economics of the town. Everybody's talking about how, if this will work. Everybody who isn't already employed by the K9 manufacturing is, hoping that this will stimulate some business into the town. And then finally they ask if there's anybody who is against it, and Emery jumps up. Emery is adamant that he does not want the water wheel to start. He is adamant that there is no good that can come of starting up the water wheel. There is no reason to start it up, and we should all just leave it alone.
Hey,
A lot of people
Wally, my dude, that's weird, right?
Oh
That's
yeah,
strange.
I mean, yeah, that's super strange. I mean, I never trust a guy named Flint anyways. Have you ever read Treasure Planet? Or not Treasure Planet, Treasure Island.
No.
Never trust a guy.
Is that-
No, never, no, don't trust a guy named Flint. Dude's weird. I've had an inkling about him for a while, okay? So, yeah.
Okay, don't ever trust a man named Flint. Got it.
He almost storms out in a fury after he says his piece, and then the meeting adjourns. People are really quizzically, they didn't expect that from Emery. His business is right on Main Street as well. It's not doing well. He doesn't get a lot of business into the clock shop, and everybody disperses.
Wally says to Ryan, I don't fully understand why everyone's so worked up about a water wheel, and I don't know what it's really going to bring in, unless they're going to make a theme park out of it. So I really don't know why anyone's for or against it anyways. If you turn it on, whatever, I guess,
Okay, well, that was fun. I enjoyed doing your thing. So now your turn to do my thing. We're going to go hang out at the water wheel.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, no.
Anyways, and then I'm going to grab Wally and I'm going to try and pull him with me.
Sure. I'll go to the water wheel where all the weird kids hang out.
Ah.
Oh, no, not you, though. You're not weird. I mean, you're kind of weird.
Too late.
Okay.
Yeah. What happens if you see Nikki and her brother at the water wheel, Ryan?
Probably try to duck down behind whatever foliage I can and pull Wally with me and be like, wait, no, not yet. Hold on.
Hey, I told you, your guys are weird. What are you doing?
I just don't. It's complicated. Just maybe they'll leave soon.
What, the boogeyman? Who's leaving?
No.
Okay. I'll be quiet, I guess.
And I think at that point I probably shout you have 10 minutes, Matt, something like that, a warning of it's gonna get dark soon, we're gonna have to go. Here's your 10-minute warning.
Oh, so we're waiting on the boogeyman's time schedule now? Is that what we're waiting on, Ryan?
We're not waiting. She's not a boogeyman.
Okay, well, you're acting like
it.
it.
A boogeyman. No,
I actually think it's a compliment, but okay, I guess. You're so mysterious,
Dude.
Listen,
No.
I could care less, I suppose. Anyway, okay.
Is there a hide roll that I need to make?
I was gonna say, do I hear that?
Yeah.
I feel like it would be flight, right?
I guess so, yeah.
It's
'Cause you're
kinda
trying to
you're
be
trying
away.
to be away. Yeah, you're trying to be stealthy. I would
Yeah.
guess it would be another flight
Damn
roll.
it.
I don't know, but let's talk about this. So, you're trying really, really hard not to be seen, but you're
Yes.
making a lot of noise. I'm gonna put it at a 10.
Ooh.
Alright.
For flight? Am I also rolling?
Yeah.
Because
Good
if
question.
you were to
Is
do
Wally also
this,
rolling?
do you want to aid? Because Wally seems to be.
I have a D20 in flight. I would just like to say.
That checks out.
Yeah.
Wow.
Definitely checks. Yeah, both of you roll the first flight, and the DC is 10.
13.
I rolled a 2.
Oof.
Tell me how this plays out here.
I feel like Wally at some point like gives up trying to be like poking fun at it and finally is like, okay, and just takes their backpack, sits down on it, and just patiently just like quietly waits. And it's just like, I guess I'll stay here.
Right. But Ryan is like trying to like see, and so every time she moves, it just like rustles the bush that
At
she's
some
hiding
point you like
behind.
push against me and I like fall off the bag really quickly and my like arm is very visible like past the bush, and then I like pull onto you and I'm like, stop it, can you sit still for like 10 seconds?
I can't. I'm nervous. Leave me alone.
Nervous? Oh, I see. Okay.
No, you
okay.
don't see.
No,
shit,
I see
Wally.
shit. I see everything.
No, you don't understand. You don't know me. And then she's still wiggling around.
Teenagers.
Nikki, you obviously hear Ryan. How
Is
does
that-
Nikki react?
I think
Is that why Nikki was like, you have 10 minutes?
I think Nikki hears it, glances back, doesn't see anyone at first, and then sees two people struggling behind like a bush, and is like, Matt, it's time to go. 10 minutes are up.
Perfect.
Come on, let's go.
The two, she sees something completely different. And is like, we gotta go.
We gotta go.
Cover your eyes while we walk out.
I feel like it'd be better than if we did fall out into the open as they were walking
completely.
away, though.
I agree. I
Like,
agree.
as she gets to the like just about to pass the bush, both of you like fall out of the bush.
I have more dirt in my mouth than I have ever wanted dirt in my mouth. Thank you very much.
Upside down.
What the hell?
Around.
What are you doing?
We're hiding apparently from the boogeyman.
Holy!
That probably excites Matt a little bit.
Matt's like, the boogeyman, you saw him? I have traps for him.
I'm sorry,
Wait.
you have what for the boogeyman? I
All
was
around
joking.
The woods. I wanted to catch
Oh.
the foot, so I put traps out. And
You-
you've seen him?
Yeah, I've seen him. We've met before. It's like a whole thing out here. Yeah. He's super cool. Yeah.
What does he look like?
He's just a very large man. Very large and hairy. He wears no clothes. It's very disgusting. It's weird. Yeah. It's probably not appropriate for you. Yeah.
And he
He
turns
doesn't
to
talk
Nikki.
at
He
all.
turns to Nikki. He says, "Can we stay just a little bit longer? He might show up."
No,
Well,
it's
over
like
at Nikki,
you're
like-
not like old enough yet to meet the
Yeah,
foot.
it's like a big kid thing. You know, it's like a
big kid
rite of
thing. For, like,
passage.
a couple more years, you'll be there, kid.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. You know, like you meet the foot when you're like coming into like teendom, you know, when you reach 13. That's like a big thing, you know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he looks at Nikki. He's like, "Does that mean you've seen him?"
Not yet.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I guess we can.
There's
go
this moment
home.
of like, okay, I chose the right reply.
All right. So Nikki and Matt are gonna go home. He keeps looking back towards the mill, and the surrounding sort of wooded area.
What kind of kid lays traps for like a scary creature that lives in the woods? That's weird, don't you think?
Yeah. That's weird. There, you don't think? How old is Eminem?
Well, Nikki's 16.
10 maybe?
Yeah, I was gonna say like 10.
10.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, because he can't be 13. We decided that. Established that.
Yeah.
So you don't think a 10-year-old could make like actually dangerous traps, right? Like I'm not gonna get like strung up in a tree walking around here, you think?
I don't know. It depends. Are we talking about a really clever 10-year-old, or are we talking about a 10-year-old who thinks setting a trap is leaving out like a can of tuna?
I feel like he's just seen a lot of horror movies with me.
Oh, Lord.
So he's got like horror movie logic.
So not actually dangerous.
Correct.
Cool.
But like thinks it's awesome and super useful and helpful.
Yeah. Eminem probably wouldn't. No, we're probably fine.
Oh,
Anyways,
okay.
it's
Cool.
water wheel time, bro.
Okay, dude. Cool.
So this water wheel is like Borkin, right? Like it's run down Borkin.
Yeah, it's pretty run down. It's been out of service for about 20 to 30 years.
Okay. I'm just trying to decide like where people would generally hang out at a broken water wheel.
Probably closer to the water, right? Like, to be able to
Yeah, like on the ledge somewhere, kind of like just hanging your feetsies over.
Yeah,
There might be, like, if it's like the ones in like Pennsylvania or Massachusetts, there's usually like a little shed next to it too, like a little like inside part where people can go and fix stuff. So there might be like a little like barn or something next to it.
So Wally, inside or outside? We can sit over there, or we can sit inside. Inside, outside.
Do you prefer inside or outside?
It's a little dustier on the inside.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't want my asthma to kick up, so maybe we keep it to the outside. Yeah.
Outside it is. So they'll like go sit on the ledge, and Ryan always has her backpack with her. And she was like, I've only got Dr. Pepper. Is that chill or what?
Oh, yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's totally cool. I mean, I'm a Coke person myself, but,
Well, bad taste, I guess.
I guess Ohioans call it pop, so I'm a pop person
Oh, yeah,
myself.
I have to readjust. I have to rewire my brain. So, anyways.
Cheers.
Yeah, I guess.
Cool. Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, I didn't bring any beer.
All right, I
think
don't.
I would be hanging out at the water wheel today.
I mean, yeah, I guess spontaneous. Yes, it doesn't mean you have beer. That's fine. I don't want beer. Anyways, beer is gross. Why are you so weird around that one person? Nikki, I think her name is. Why are you so weird?
We just don't really like talk anymore. It's like a whole thing. So like, just don't. It's fine.
Okay.
It's just weird.
Like weird because you both made it weird, or weird because
I'm wondering where the sentence is going. Keep going.
Weird because you guys like ended on a bad note, or did you guys just sort of make it really awkward and then it didn't really end? But like, have you ever seen like, I had a friend who it was like really awkward, like they didn't actually fully end the relationship, and so it got weird between the two of them because they didn't fully understand where they were at that, So is it weird like that, or is it weird because you guys ended it on a really bad note?
I'm gonna choose the second option. Ended on a bad note.
Did you cheat? Did she cheat?
No.
Okay. That's like the worst thing that you could do in a relationship. So
it just sucked. That's all. I don't know why I'm being interrogated right now.
I mean,
Ryan is like throwing rocks into the water.
I don't know, it just seems super awkward, so I thought I'd interrogate. I'm sorry if I pried in a little bit too much.
Relationship endings are awkward.
All right, okay, never mind. So relationships, don't talk about. How was the game last night?
I mean, it was great. Were you not there?
I was half paying attention.
Wally.
No, No, I mean, I'm sure you did great. I heard your
So
name
does the
shouted.
tie-dye shirt that you made me mean nothing then?
No, it means a lot. I mean, yeah, I mean, it still holds a lot of memories. It's a great tie-dye shirt. Yeah. I just mostly meant like, I was like half paying attention. I was trying to finish a book, but it's fine. So I got a little lost.
Reading at a soccer game?
I mean, what else am I supposed to do? There's no one to socialize with, so.
No, I mean it was good. It was fun. It was nice. I forgot how nervous I get before games, but no, it was good.
Get nervous before a game?
It's impossible. I think it is impossible for people not
You're,
to
like,
get nervous before games.
Super good though, so like, why are you getting nervous?
Well, I mean, if I ever want to like be able to leave here, I need to be able to get into college for at least relatively cheap. I can't just afford to leave and go to college wherever I want.
Fair. I doubt anybody in this town can do that, so that makes a lot of sense, especially if that's what you want to do. So.
What, you're telling me you don't want to just leave this place?
Oh, I mean, I would love to. I just don't know if like college, is like the thing,
After work, I like to ride. I ride my bike home. Because town is not big enough for me to have an excuse not to, and no one's buying me a car apparently. I've been asking and asking. I still do not have one. So I'm riding my bike home. I always, like I said, I always go past the water wheel to see if anybody chill is there. And today I'm riding my bike. I've got like my mom's Walkman, my little yellow Walkman on my side, and I've got my little like headphones in, and like I'm going, and like the air is nice and crisp, and like, I'm actually feeling pretty good. I'm listening to like, I tell people that I'm listening to like the newest Janet Jackson album, but I'm usually listening to an audiobook, a book on tape. And today I'm listening to Dracula, and it's awesome. And I'm going, I'm pedaling, having a great time. I'm like standing up and like using my handlebars and like just kind of like riding around, doing like little papa wheelies and stuff. I'm having a great time. And then I get to the mill and I'm like, I see people at the mill. And the closer I get, the worse I feel, because I see that it is Nikki and Wally hanging out. And so I see Ryan. So I see Ryan and I'm like, awesome. Like I can tell it's Ryan because they're always like kind of in like their school colors and stuff and like everything. And I see him, I'm like, oh, man, she is so cute. I'm gonna go ride over there. And I start riding, and then like I see the hoodie and the person inside the hoodie sitting next to her, and I'm just like, So like as I'm riding up, I'm getting like grouchier and grouchier and grouchier until finally I get there, and like I throw my bike to the side and I like stomp off the bike, and like I look at Ryan and I look at Wally and I'm like, Wally, why are you always doing this to me? You know that there's stuff that I'm into, and all of a sudden like you either think it's really cool or you think it's awful. And like I've been waiting for you to think things I like are cool forever, and like apparently you think this one thing that I like is cool. Like the mill obviously is what I'm talking about.
Oh, I don't know why you gotta get so like, okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I just, I don't know. I was dragged here of my own, like, not willingness, because Ryan went to the town meeting with me because I wanted to keep an eye on Emery Flint. And then Ryan was like, cool, we did this thing you wanted to do, and I'll come do this thing that I want to do. And so here I am. I don't think it's cool at all. I don't want to be here. I mean, the last place, no offense, Ryan, it's cool hanging out with you. Yeah, you're not as weird as, everybody else, but, like, I can leave? Is that what you want? I don't understand.
First of all, hi Ryan. Hi. It's Brittany. Also,
it's Whitney.
And number two, please, I'm trying to make a connection. Number two, okay, so she can drag you here. I used to ask every day. every day we'd hang out and I'd be like, hey, you want to go to the mill? And you'd be like, why would I want to go see a stupid water wheel? Every day I tried dragging you, I tried giving you carrots and treats, I tried bribing you with comic books, I did everything I could, and you were like, oh no, only fucking nerds hang out there. And like, I mean, she is not a nerd, look at her.
Yeah, so sorry about, you can have my spot. Here you go, Brittany. I'm gonna leave.
No, please.
Go get her, Wally.
I mean, there's more than
See ya.
enough room. I mean, you
I'm
can
out.
stay.
Have a good one.
See you. Bye. Cool. Okay.
This is chaos and I love it.
So chaotic. Okay. Rude.
So
okay,
you made her leave.
I didn't. Oh, what? I didn't do anything.
Your
Ryan
indifference is
left.
killing me.
Okay, well, your desire to have Ryan like you, even though Ryan doesn't see you, is also killing me. So,
You heard them. She called me Brittany. Like, she obviously knows of me.
that's not
And
even
I bought
your
her
name.
ice cream today. So, you know.
Yeah. Did she thank you for that?
I mean,
Did she
she
say
said,
thank you, Whitney, or did she say, "Gee,
said-
thanks, Brittany"?
so like now you're at the water wheel. It's cool, right? It's fun. Oh man, drinking Dr. Pepper, having a great time.
I mean, I would rather be at home drinking a glass of milk and like curling up with a book. So the last place I want to be is at a water wheel.
Like I kind of stomp over like really mad, and I just like pop a squat next to Wally, and I like grab the Dr. Pepper out of their hand. Give me this.
I mean, sure, if you want it,
Milk.
that's cool. Yeah, I mean, it's good when it's warm too, especially, you know, like warm milk.
What are you reading?
Looks over at encyclopedias peering out of the book. I grabbed L and J. I also might have picked up this book called it's called The Man in the Iron Mask. You know, it's really big. I'm gonna pull it out. It's like this little thick book. You know, some light reading. It's pretty good.
I mean, let me see it. And I like kind of take
Hand
the
it
book.
over.
Yeah, I take the book out of your hands, and I'm like kind of like poring over it and like flipping through it. I mean, I guess it looks good. I don't know. Whatever. Here, it's no Dracula.
Oh, is that what you're reading right now?
And I like take like my headset off and like I'm like, yeah, I'm listening
Ooh.
to it. They
haven't
were all
picked
out
that
of the
one up.
library. Someone never returned their copy.
Yeah, I know. We've been trying to hound that guy for a little while. It's not happening. So, whoa, okay. Really, you know, kind of spooky stuff, you know?
My other friends are like asking me if I'm reading the newest Judy Blume, and I'm like, am I a baby? What's wrong with you?
I grew out of Judy Blume pretty quickly. Yeah, not my favorite.
Like, about the time that you stopped wanting to have sleepovers.
Well, I wanted, yeah, I mean, it just, yeah, that's true. But I mean, things, yeah, got weird. So, you know.
Got weird?
I'm
not weird. Yeah. I mean,
no, I'm not saying that you're weird. I mean, you're not weird. I just mostly mean like, you know, like, I don't know. I feel like you were trying to, you know, hang out with some folks that weren't really like our kind of folks. And it just kind of got weird. So
people expect a lot from me, Wally. Like, it's not easy. Like, I can't.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure. I mean, you are the mayor's daughter after all. So that's like a pretty big to do, you know.
Whoa, I hate it.
You got to follow in his footsteps, you know. You got to be the crotchety old man in the business suit being like, her, this is what I'm going to do for the town, you know.
Whatever, I'm the mayor and I just make all the rules, and I don't want to fucking have kids at the water wheel because I'm an enemy of joy.
Yeah. Here's my proclamation about the water wheel. None of you are allowed to go around it, but we are going to try and make it the most profitable thing in the next year.
I kind of miss this.
Yeah, I kind of do too. I mean, I don't know. I feel like, you know, you're a lot less, you know, fun to be around when you're trying to like make people see you, you know, who, I don't know, like there's people who aren't going to be around us, and there are people who aren't going to, you know, be like us and not like us or talk to us, you know.
Yeah,
and
like,
there'll be people
did you see her hair though? It's real good.
Yeah.
It's like long, and like she, like the pass that she kicked yesterday was like so good, and like everyone really likes her, and like she doesn't have to work hard to do like anything. Do you see her? She just like shows up. She's not even good at school, and like nobody cares.
She's trying to be better at school. We've been working on her maths, you know, which is good.
Yeah, math, huh?
Yeah. You know, she got incredibly nervous before yesterday's game.
Really?
Yeah, I know. I was like, you're like the best. Like, why? You know?
I mean, I heard her talking about some shirt you made her.
Oh, yeah, I made her a tie-dye shirt. Yeah. It was a long time ago, you know? It was just something I made, you know?
I mean, I have the one you made me for book club.
Yeah.
I still wear it sometimes.
Yeah, I made everybody a shirt. I love making those shirts. They're fun.
Yeah, but like obviously you're in love with her now, and like I mean she's gonna like fall for you. You guys are gonna like do that whole thing like in John Hughes movies where like you hate each other at first, and then like you guys go out for a little while and like you're studying French or something together, and then like all of a sudden she's gonna make a move. Can you please tell me if she makes a move? Like I don't want to be this person that's just like lovesick, like some dog that's just waiting for someone. I'm right here. She doesn't see me. Like, who sees me? Everyone just knows me as, like, the mayor's daughter.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay. Well, this conversation's going nowhere. So, but I'll let you know when she makes a move on me, I guess. Like, as if Ryan would ever be interested in me. I also wouldn't be interested in Ryan. Ryan's definitely not my type. So...
Oh. All right, cool. So I don't have to worry about you then, I guess.
Yeah, I guess not. We can just go back to not talking to one another.
I thought we were having a nice time, but apparently the weirdness is all on your side. So.
Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, sure. Totally. I'll hand back the like singular headphone back to Whitney. Let me know how the rest of Dracula is, I guess. Maybe I'll go pick it up, you know, if no one ever, well, if someone returns it, maybe I'll pick it up.
Yeah, I'll keep you posted or whatever. I just, if you could like put in a good word with me with Ryan, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Anyway, yeah, it was good to see you.
You too. It was nice talking to you.
I'm sorry I didn't say hi to you at the ice cream shop. I was just nervous, and I never know like what to say around you.
You could just say hi.
Yeah, I'll work on that. And stop being so creepy about that old man. Why are you so obsessed with that old man in the clock shop?
He's weird. Hey, listen, let me tell you something. Today at the town meeting, he was so against the water wheel getting turned on. And you know what I said to that? I was like, who cares? The water wheel gets turned back on, it's not going to do anything. If it doesn't get turned on, it's not going to do anything.
Wait,
but he was
he's anti-water wheel?
He's anti-water wheel.
He is my new favorite person in town.
Oh,
We've got to go visit him. I've got to tell him that he has saved my life. My dad is going to be so mad.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we can. You know what? You let me know. I'll bring Ryan along. Maybe Ryan will be really interested in that too. Okay. You know? Yeah. You know
can't
what?
See me with an old man.
No, it's okay. We could do a double date at the clock shop. It'll be perfect.
Who are you gonna bring?
So Ryan has this ex that I think it would be really funny to bring. And listen, I will totally make sure that Ryan just has to stick to you the entire time to stay away from her ex, and it'll be perfect.
Okay. And like I walk up and I just like give like the tiniest squeeze, and then go in for like one real squeeze. All right, yeah. This is good.
It's great.
Maybe we can like meet here sometimes and just like catch up.
Totally. I don't hate the water wheel as much as I thought I would since you're here. So.
Right? It's fun.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna go walk home now. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
And like Whitney kind of like sidles over and like gets on her bike and like puts her headphones in, and they kind of like look around for a second and see Wally walking away, and just kind of wait until they're like in the street lights so that they can see them and that they're safe.
I think before that happens, though, Wally looks over at Whitney and looks to them and is like, just so you know, there are people who notice you. So maybe, I don't know, maybe just keep that in mind. There are people who notice you. So. Okay, bye.
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 We're all going to the clock shop.
All right, Wally, 8 a.m., walking into school on a Monday. Goes over to Ryan. Is like, hey, do you want to do something fun?
Hey, what's up?
Do you want to do something fun after school today?
I am dubious of anything that is considered fun by you. No
Wow,
offense.
okay. It's cool.
You called me weird all day yesterday.
Yeah,
This
you're
isn't
right.
Fair.
Fine, okay, true.
But now I'm curious. So yes, I'll
Okay.
be there. Where do I need to be?
You need to be at the clock shop.
Like Flint's place? Didn't you say not to ever trust a man named Flint?
Yeah, well, I mean, I said don't trust. It's not like you can't be near him. Like, you can be around Flint, and he's fine. Look, I've got a
Yes,
theory,
alright.
and I need you on my side, okay? I need your help today. I'm counting
Alright,
on
fine.
you.
Sure.
Cool.
Yeah, what? Sure, I'll be there.
Clock shop after school. Lunchtime rolls around. I know Whitney's already in on this, so I go over to Whitney really quickly, and I'm like, clock shop after school. Be there or be square, okay?
Yes, I would love to study with you. Okay, we
Yeah.
had a really nice time.
And then on my way over to like eat at my little table that I have, I stop by Nikki. I don't know who Nikki hangs out with.
Probably. Well, I'm the loner weirdo, so I'm gonna say like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm sitting by myself, and as you walk up, I'm just muttering, "God, Mr. Snow has a stick up his ass."
He does, actually. He has such a huge stick up his ass. It's ridiculous.
Can I help you with something?
Yeah, I sit down right across from you. So I have got a really fun idea if you would like to help me. I just want to say I'm so sorry about your brother yesterday. I didn't mean to lead him on to the boogeyman chase. I thought it was a little fun, you know? It's just something, I thought with kids you're supposed to, you get them excited about the things they're exaggerating about. So I thought, yeah, okay.
I mean, you kind of helped me out a little bit because he was. He drew some pictures after of what he thought that the boogeyman would look like, and now he's grounded. So,
Oh, I am so sorry. My description was not my brightest moment. I have to be honest.
But now
sorry.
I have some have some afternoons to myself. So
You have this afternoon free?
that depends.
Okay. So I gotta be real with you. I need some help with a couple of things. You see, I really have to make it up to a friend by getting a watch. And I kind of just need some help picking out a watch. And you kind of strike me like a watch person, I feel like watches really well.
Is there some sort of role I can make to where I can decide if Nikki knows that Wally is just lying out of his ass?
So we can make opposed rolls, I think. I think if Wally makes a charm roll and you make a brains roll,
Okay.
it would be,
Okay.
and whoever
8.
5. So there's like a second of like kind of like an eyebrow twitch of like, what? And then like, assuming that you're serious, I don't really actually know a whole lot about watches.
Oh, that's
but-
okay. I just want to be friends, and I thought maybe it would be fun to go pick out watches for my other friend together. I thought it'd be fun. So, I mean, we could go do that, as a like fun little like friend thing together, like to be friends. I don't know what's weirder than going to a clock shop,
Yeah.
I really like doing silly stuff like this. It's my way of passing the time, I mean, what else are you gonna do in a small town? So go to the water wheel.
What time?
Oh, just after school, whenever you can get around to it. It's gonna be fun.
Do I get to know who this other friend is, or I
That-
feel like
It's gonna be a secret until you get to the clock shop. All right, I'll let you know. It's for my friend Whitney. We're kind of on a little. We gotta get it on a little men's together, and I'm trying to make friends again. We had a little bit of a hiccup in our friendship, so I'm just trying to make it up to them. So
okay, like Nikki
Yeah.
seems relieved.
yeah,
Right. Okay. Yeah.
yeah,
Sure. Yeah. I'll meet you there
cool,
after school.
perfect, cool,
Okay.
yeah, sweet, okay.
Hey. And then she like looks down at her math homework and then is like, never mind.
Oh, if you want help with math, that could totally be something too that I can help you with later.
No, it's okay. It's fine.
Okay. All right. Yeah. It's 12, by the way. You just gotta.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. Mhm.
We get through the rest of the day. It is after school. How do we arrive? Is everybody on foot? Bikes?
I cut class early to be the first one there specifically, so no one else gets there and is like, "Who is this?"
I think Nikki probably lives the furthest from town, so Nikki might be the last one to arrive. But taking advantage of not having to haul around her brother, Nikki is riding her bike.
Mm.
Yeah, I think Ryan's on foot actually.
Okay.
People don't yell at me when I leave class early. So I also ditch my final period. I just raise my hand. Can I go to the bathroom? And then I just leave.
Smart. I just kind of sneaky rat my way out of there.
Cool. And Wally, what's the plan?
I'm gonna go investigate Emery Flint
Okay.
while also trying to do this little double date like I promised.
Perfect. Okay. Awesome. Okay, so Wally's there first. Whitney arrives second.
Hey, if you hear anything about a watch, just pretend like you really like watches, okay?
If I must. Do they at least
Yeah.
have swatches inside or?
Oh, I don't know. I'm assuming this is like old man watches, so they're probably like, yeah, I know. They're probably like the weird like leather straps and stuff. Ugh, yeah, like clunky, hits your wrist and creates a bruise. You ever get that?
Yeah, I hate it.
Yeah.
I mean, if they have something cute like a pocket watch, especially if
Oh.
it has like someone else's initials inside,
Oh,
it's kind of like, I don't know, like a living book. Like you look inside
yeah.
and I kind of like look around and kind of notice that I'm going on about this like super embarrassing shit. I'm like, yeah, look at watches. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Watches. Cool. Cool.
Yeah. Old stuff.
Old stuff.
That's cool, I guess.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I'm doing you a favor. You're gonna get a date. It's gonna be cute. It'll be good. Nothing says date than clock shop.
I mean, if it gets creepy, like maybe she'll hold my hand.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. You keep hoping for that. Oh, well, there's Ryan now. Speak of the devil.
I'm gonna try
Yo.
to just be laid back. I'm not gonna say hi. Oh, Ryan. How are you doing?
I'm good. Hey, Wally, good question. I pull Wally over for a second, and I'm like, listen, when we were at the water wheel, a girl said they introduced herself as both Whitney and Brittany. So, like, what's this?
It's
I'm
Whitney.
confused.
It's Whitney.
With a W?
Yeah, with a W.
I'll remember that.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Like winner, you know?
Winner, chicken dinner? All right, got it.
Yeah, sure.
Cool. So what actually are we doing here? Wait, I didn't ask that before I showed up.
That's okay. This is all part of my plan. As soon as the other person gets here.
Oh, okay. We're waiting on somebody else.
Yeah.
I heard old stuff is cool.
I heard that too.
I guess so.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a lot of old stuff in there. I tried to see if they had swatches because I know that's actually cool. And there's lots of designs and stuff that like match your eyes or your outfit. I mean, this is going really well. I'm having a great time.
That's good. We haven't actually done anything yet, so I'm glad you're enjoying standing outside the clock shop. So, who are we waiting on then?
There's our other person right now.
Speeding down the sidewalk, eventually comes up and like the tires like skid a little bit from stopping. Still on the bike, but now like, standing, just looking.
Hey. So I might have lied a little. I brought you all here for a little bit of an initiation of sorts into my new club. It's called the Flint Investigation Club, or FIC for short.
Why are we investigating Flint?
Because I have a theory about Flint. I think he's a bad guy up to no good things. So I'm going to investigate him. But I need everybody's help. Okay?
Something clicks. Something clicks in Nikki's head, and she like gets off the bike and just lets it fall to the sidewalk and kind of steps up to talk a little quieter to everyone now at this point and was like, listen, I saw Flint last night. He was leaving the water wheel when we got there.
Look, see, I told you, Flint is up to no good.
Yeah, I know, but like he's opposing my dad, who's a total square. Okay,
yeah,
trust me.
Your dad is a square.
And he wants to get rid of the water wheel. So,
your dad's also a really good cook, though. So, like,
I mean, yeah, but like, what does that have to do with his complete distaste for anything exciting or good in the world?
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Yeah, that's true. Okay. Anyway.
Like he said, I couldn't even wear makeup until I was
ridiculous.
16. I had to wait this long to look this good.
I mean, you've always looked great, but the makeup really accentuates some wonderful features of yours. Anyways, okay, so Flint. Flint. Anyways, so I have this theory that Flint is tampering with the water wheel and doesn't want anyone to turn it on because the minute that it turns on, it's gonna like blow up the entire town or something.
Wait, didn't somebody die there? Like, didn't someone? Isn't that why?
Oh yeah.
I kind of assumed that was a fake story.
Maybe.
Isn't that
maybe that's why he doesn't want it to come back on.
Maybe.
So what, you think he killed somebody and then?
I mean, Flint's pretty damn old. I mean, what if he killed somebody and if they turn it back on?
in his prime.
Yeah. He's like a young killer, and now he's old and he's like, I gotta cover up my tracks. But I can't have anybody.
Can I peek through the window of the clock shop? Like, as everyone's chit-chatting, I'm just like,
okay.
Is he evil? What's he doing right now?
Just a man sitting in there doing evil things.
He's actually... You see tons of clocks, of course. Cuckoo clocks, all these clocks. They're all on the walls. And you see just an older gentleman sitting at the counter doing a crossword on on the counter.
Suspicious.
Yeah. Anybody who does.
I mean, you guys, he just looks old.
I mean, but
He's doing a crossword puzzle. I feel like if he were evil, like, wouldn't he at least be doing some kind of like seance? Shouldn't he have like a stack of dusty books and a wizard's
well, that's
hat
what
on or
he wants
something?
you to think, right? Like he wants you to think that like he's old, so therefore he's not doing anything. Also, haven't you guys heard that when you come into this like building, sometimes like it traps you in here? Like, haven't you heard that rumor?
And your
Yeah,
plan
when
is
I
to
was
go
in
inside?
like middle school.
I mean, I'm not scared. My parents tell me all the time not to go in there. I'm definitely going in there, obviously. But
Yeah.
I mean,
look, I figured we're better in numbers, so we break up in pairs and we just make sure that we're keeping an eye on the time and we get out of there as soon as we can. And I'm just gonna go ask a couple of questions.
Okay, that's a terrible idea.
What?
You've never seen any movie ever? We're not splitting up into pairs.
Yeah, the like number one rule in horror movies is not to split the party. And then realize Ryan like stops for a second and is like, not that I like have seen it. I'm like, it's just I've heard it before. Is all.
Okay, well, my plan is gonna work only good, well, words. It's gonna work well if we just, split up in pairs because it's a big shop and, we're gonna be able to see each other at all times. And, he'll be a little bit more receptive to 2 kids than he will to 4. I don't want to hear it. Anyways, okay, you know what? Whitney, Ryan, you 2 pair up. Nikki, you and me pair up because clearly we're on the same wavelength, and I wanna keep talking.
Are we?
I don't know.
you're both weird.
Thanks.
I mean, Wally spent all of yesterday calling me weird, so I feel like I should be included in this count, please.
Well, I'm weird too. Don't you know? Look at me. I'm such a troll. I mean,
I think I would rather be home with my brother right now.
Your brother who drew terrible photos.
Yeah, whose fault was that?
Listen, I'm sorry that I gave him a description of a naked man. I really am. But I panicked and I forgot I was talking to a 10-year-old. So
what's
Okay.
the plan? We go in
Yeah.
here, we
We
start looking at all the clocks?
Yeah, we gotta start looking at all the clocks, see if there are any clues, and I'm gonna go talk to Flint, okay? 1, 2, 3, break, and I go inside.
Awesome.
So wait, so we're gonna go in and Wally's gonna split off?
No, it's me and Nikki, and then Ryan and Whitney.
Okay.
I think
Sure.
like going in, Wally and Whitney are probably more enthusiastic about going inside, and Ryan and Nikki are standing there for a moment like, what?
Did you know this is
I was about to ask you, did you know about this?
No, I was just told something fun. That's all it doesn't take much to get me to hang out, Nikki. You should know this.
Wow. Rude.
I'm swallowing my words and I'm gonna walk inside. Anyways, good to see you again. And she's gonna walk in.
Follows in.
And then like on the way over to Whitney, like passing Wally and being like, Wally, what the fuck? And then just keep walking.
You're welcome.
And then Nikki catches up to Wally. Wally, what the fuck?
Okay, wow, you guys are like parrots. Okay, anyways, all right. So, it's nothing. Don't worry about it. I am just trying to help a friend, like I said. So,
Which friend? Which one of us are you trying to help?
you'll have to figure that out, I guess. I'm gonna go talk to Flint now.
So you walk into the clock shop, and it's just a cacophony of tick-tocks. Tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. Like, all you hear is the ticking and the talking. And it's dark. It's sort of surrounded. You feel enclosed by all these clocks. There's grandfather clocks, there's cuckoo clocks. But the ticking doesn't bother Emery Flint. He is still at the counter. He looks up at you 4 coming into the establishment and says, "Kids, can I help you?"
Hello, fine sir. My name is Wally Summers. I have a school project I got to do on, memorable figures of St. Louis. I thought I'd talk about you because, I mean, who's more memorable than the man who owns the time shop, shop that sends all time. Okay, anyways, I just wanted to ask you some questions. Can I ask you some questions for my paper?
Sure.
Cool.
And he looks down and he's still doing his crossword puzzle as you are asking him questions.
What's your favorite word?
There's like an audible.
He looks back up and he says, "My favorite word."
Yeah, everybody has a favorite word. Some people really like the word. I don't know. People have favorite words. Not me, clearly. But some people, like some wonderful people like yourself, sometimes. Astounding's a great word, right? It sounds huge.
Horology.
Horology?
H-O-R.
Horology. Oh, like time?
O-L. Yes, the study of time.
The study of time. Cool. I'm gonna make a note of that. Where were you born?
Right here. In St.
Like
Louis.
in this shop?
No, son.
Okay.
In the town.
Okay.
Okay.
Are do you got family? Any family around?
None around, and you saw something in his eyes.
So like you have some like outside the area, like the town over. You got some big wigs in Cincinnati.
It's a sore subject that I don't like talking about.
Oh, okay. I won't talk about it then. That's okay. That's cool.
What do you think about?
So you,
Nikki went to talk, and Wally just quite literally like reached back and grabbed Nikki's face, like no.
We're pretty outspoken yesterday about the water wheel. The hand is very clearly sweaty, I should also say. Like Wally is
nervous,
also very nervous right now.
It's like
What's
a
wrong with
clammy
you?
hand. She's like,
You were really outspoken against the water well being turned back on. What's your big opposition to it? I mean, I don't know. I don't have a feeling one way or another. I'm just a kid. I don't know much about finances. My mom lets me help her with some of the bills on Sundays, but
there was an accident at that water wheel 20 years ago that caused nothing but pain and sorrow in this town.
okay. Do you think a town could ever get over that pain and sorrow and maybe turn back on a water wheel?
You get the feeling that he wants to tell you something, but he's holding something back. He said, and eventually Emery says, let's just say the more that water wheel stays the way it is, the better this town will be.
Okay. My mom says it would be good for the water wheel to turn back on because, it's going to bring us some money. I said we should turn it into a theme park. I think it'd be really good to have a theme park around the water wheel, not because
no one should ever go near that water or that mill. I know you kids like to hang out and drink your beers and do whatever over there.
Not me.
But nobody should be near it. It's a danger.
Nikki glances over at Ryan.
It's okay. He's probably not talking about you, so. Besides, you're always respectful, right? Like.
I mean, he's probably talking about me, but it's fine.
we can go over there whenever you want. Like, no old man can like tell us where we can and cannot be. So, I mean, also, can you just like give me a second? This is a total disaster. And I like leave Ryan's side and go up to Wally and like link arm in arm with him. And I'm like, sir, so you were talking about your family.
Nikki uses this opportunity to slink back.
That's terrible. Oh, your family. Could you tell me what happened? I'm so sorry. Family is so important to me. And I know that sometimes that can like really color your decisions and what you want to do with your life. What happened? And like I reach my other hand out and I put it like not on his hand, but like on his crossword puzzle book to like show him that I care, but
Okay.
I'm not gonna touch him.
What are you doing?
This is called being nice.
Oh, okay, I'll be nice. Try and give a puppy dog look.
You kids really want to know what happened out there?
Of course. As the mayor's daughter, it is my imperative to make sure that I understand the constituents of this area. And it sounds like you're carrying around a really heavy load, and that's not fair. You should share it with others. My friend is doing a report here because he's very interested in your life and what you do. And I look at Wally like,
yeah. Oh, I just, I feel like I just haven't seen a lot of reports about you, and I just felt like, you're such a staple of the town. Like, how could someone not talk about you?
You're really important. And like your point of view is important. And my dad is such a jerk. He wants to turn the water wheel back on. Like,
such a jerk. Yeah.
What? So we're here in your corner, sir. But I just, I need solid evidence to go against him. And my friend here needs information for his book report. So if you wouldn't mind just telling us what happened.
He says, you heard about the rumors of some kids dying by the water wheel, right?
Yeah. I mean, they're just rumors though, right? Like, I mean, if a kid died...
There are no rumors.
I knew it.
3 children went out there 20 years ago. They found 2 bodies. The third one was my son, John. But they never found his body.
Gosh, that's terrible. I'm so sorry for your loss. I guess no one thought like you're always by yourself, really sorry for your loss. How old was he?
Probably a little bit older than you guys are right now. 16, 17.
Like, as I hear him talking about like the reality of this, like that the rumor is real, like I suddenly find myself like clinging, like digging my hands into Wally's arm, like I'm like clutching it really tightly, like the more he tells us about his missing son.
Yeah, I feel like Wally is also just sort of in like shock at the moment that is actually real and that Emery has like a connection to it. And I won't write about that in the report. I feel like maybe that's not something that needs to be said. Okay. Sorry. I didn't mean to pry and bring my friends into it.
No harm. No harm. Just know that water wheel should not start ever again.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Why do you head out there?
Sometimes I I feel a little bit closer to him there.
Well, you have my word. I won't go out to the water well ever again. Everybody else in this room, say aye. Yes.
Mostly, yeah.
Yeah, yes.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Your shop's
Nikki is,
really
like,
nice.
Backing to the door, like ready to open it for everybody.
Okay. Yeah.
What was Ryan's reaction to all of this?
Kind of floored, because Ryan has just been under the assumption that all of that was just like meant to like spook kids, and not that like people actually died. And so she's like, I have been sitting and drinking beers at a place where like a body might be. Like, what am I supposed to do with that? Like, gross. Ugh. And so uncomfortable and ready to leave, but also morbidly curious. So we'll see how that goes.
Okay. Perfect.
We have the thing.
We do have a.
Yeah.
I remember that thing that we have.
We also have a thing, right, Whitney? We have a thing. You have a thing with them, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
I do, actually. Yeah.
Mr. Flint, I just need your signature on a piece of paper really quickly, just to make sure that I got the report in. So I'll meet you all outside. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait for you. I'll hang back.
No, it's okay. It's totally okay. You could go on ahead with your friend Ryan. It's all good.
Yeah, but you want to be abandoned.
Sorry, Nikki.
No, I'm okay.
Please.
It's okay. I'm okay.
What is
Just-
happening right now?
What?
Ryan, you don't want to be by yourself. I'll be right there.
By yourself. What? Everybody, you don't need a signature. Let's go.
I do need a signature, okay? I gotta make it believable, okay? Just give me a second.
I'm walking outside.
Yeah, me too.
I walk outside, but I kind of like linger by the door. Like I see
Okay.
that Nikki is outside, and like I look at them looking at Ryan, and I'm just like, and so I just like linger awkwardly by the door so that they have time to talk if they need it.
I'm gonna go up to I'm gonna go up to Flint. I'm gonna slide a piece of paper over and be like, I do really need your signature, actually. But I also was wondering, do you have a pocket watch with initials, like just random initials on them?
He says, yeah, I do.
Okay.
I do.
I got $3 to my name. Is that enough for a pocket watch?
He doesn't make many sales, so he's gonna come over and he has this box and he lifts the lid and it has maybe 5 or 6 assorted pocket watches with random and you can choose.
Okay. Do any of them work?
All of them work.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I didn't mean to. Sorry. I'll just grab. I look at them. I will grab one that at least has a W somewhere in the initials, and I will grab that one. And I will slide over my $3 and take the piece of paper that he signed and fold it up.
Yeah, he takes a fountain pen and signs his elegant signature to your paper, and then puts the cap.
I
back
wish my
on it.
cursive looked that good. My cursive looks horrendous, but that's mostly the sheets they have us use to try and draw out. It looks really bad. Yeah.
Practice.
Yeah.
Practice.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Practice. Okay. Thank you, sir. I will pocket the pocket watch, pocket the little letter sign, and I will walk outside.
The moment that we stepped outside, Nikki was like, what?
I cannot believe. I don't even, like, the whole time? Like, why is it just, I feel like it wasn't that long ago, right? Like, I feel like more people should know about this, right?
I mean,
I'm going crazy.
my dad just told me that, like, I shouldn't go over there, but he never told me why. He never gave me information or anything. My mom said, like, she mentioned someone had died, but, like, in that Tooth Fairy kind of way, where like they're full of shit,
Yeah, they just don't want you to go out and party there or hang out there because it's dangerous. It is dangerous.
Right.
It's a wheel and there's a lot of water around. And it's dark and you're drinking and it's just really dangerous.
It's not
it is
that
dangerous. If
dangerous.
you're drinking and
It's
you fall
really-
into the
it's
water,
It's really not that dangerous. Anyways.
I mean, it seems fun.
Fun?
Yeah, pretty much.
At this point, I
super
come
fun.
out and I'm like, I am never prying into a man's business ever again. Ever. That was horrendous. I'm sorry. I feel bad for ever thinking Emery Flint had anything terrible about him, a single seed of evil in him. I gotta stop reading fantasy books. Okay, all right.
So, am I good to scratch the never trust a man named Flint rule in my nerd rule book? that
No,
I've got
you
here?
should keep that in there.
Keep it
Emery
in there.
Flint's just an exception.
Okay, so let's walk a little. Let's walk a little bit, and then whenever we get far enough away that I'm not worried about like Emery Flint being able to hear us, I'm gonna be like, so we're going to the waterwood, right? Like that's the direction we're all thinking that, right?
I mean,
It's not just me.
where did that third body go? It's just what I'm wondering. Like, you're telling me they couldn't find a single body?
There's
Like-
not a lot there.
You think we're
feel
gonna find
like-
a body after all this time?
Probably not. But
I don't
like-
know. Don't bodies take a little time to decompose?
Well, okay, so it has to be long enough that like it's considered a rumor, right?
Well, at least find a skeleton. I mean, those don't decompose.
True.
But like, hear me out. So they found 2 bodies. They
Yes.
didn't find 3.
Uh-huh.
Right.
He's creepy. I'm so sorry to say this, but if his kid was also creepy, just like him, maybe that's who killed the kids.
You think his son killed the other kids?
Listen, I know what you think. I was watching 2020 the other day with my mom. And they were doing an expose on this guy. Dahmer. And like, he like was a regular kid like us. And like, he went to school like us, and he had friends like us, and like all his friends like know him. And he grew up and he just like ate a bunch of people. So maybe his son was just, maybe it was a bad situation. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm just
Your
saying.
mom lets you watch that stuff, but she won't let you go to the water wheel?
Oh, well, I mean, it's different, the rule in my house, Wally. Like, if a book is like there, I can read any book. But like, if it's a rated R movie, I have to read the book first. If there's no book, then I can't like watch a rated R movie. But like, you remember that time we were reading the Bobbsey Twins, and there was that one book where like there's that person that goes missing, and they're trying to solve this mystery. Like, maybe this is a mystery we're supposed to solve. And I like stop halfway through what I'm saying, and I look at Ryan, and I'm like,
Who is like attentively listening. Keep going.
Cool.
Wait, don't stop.
yeah, so we might need to like solve a mystery or a murder or a crime or something. And like, imagine like you're in love with this dude, the Flint guy. So like, maybe we help solve, the murder and like put his like son to
Hold
rest.
on.
Wait, you lost me.
I'm not in love
Flint
with
guy.
Emery Flint. I don't know where that
I
came
don't think
from.
any of us are in love with him.
He thinks he's
Emery
great.
Flint.
I could tell, like, you were like really vibing with him in there. I'm just saying, I'm not trying to judge you for who you hang out with. Like, I know you're so much more tolerant than me, as you're always reminding me.
I'm not not always reminding you. But you're welcome, I guess. I wasn't like, just because I show admiration for someone doesn't mean I could be lying through the skin of my teeth. I don't know, like,
I thought you said you didn't like him. Now I've got.
I hate him.
I don't.
I just
understand.
feel bad that I pried into his life now.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah. But I mean, you're right. We could be like, the Nancy Drew or like the Hardy Boys, and we could go like solve a mystery.
That's like all I was saying.
Yeah, I totally, I vibe with that. That's good. Yeah, that's great.
So we're going to the water wheel. I was right.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're right. We were going to the water wheel this entire time. Yeah, we're looking out for a skeleton, or we're looking out for a body, or who knows? Maybe we'll find a cannibal
Or
in the
a
woods.
cannibal, yeah.
I mean, anything could happen. I know you guys think that I'm like being dramatic, which fine.
No, I didn't
But
think you were being
you
dramatic.
I don't think
No.
anybody said
I
that.
would
but-
never think that.
Okay, now you're being sarcastic. Watch it. Watch it. Okay, no one thought you were dramatic. Yeah, I get it. You're fine. You're great. You're doing good. It's great. We're all doing great, and we're going to stop calling each other dramatic. And we're going to. Do we need weapons? Do we need anything to arm
We're
ourselves
gonna stop
with?
calling each other dramatic. Let's arm up.
Listen,
I mean,
in Wally's
I'm-
defense, we don't know what's waiting
Fight
for us
the
out
dead
there.
body? What do we
What if
think
we're
is
fighting the
happening?
cannibal?
I mean, isn't the foot a foot as well?
How is it that I'm not hanging out with my brother and it's worse than hanging out with my brother?
Hey,
Maybe you should go get
wow.
him.
No.
I mean, at the very worst,
No.
like he
I mean-
probably knows a lot of lore and stuff about this monster.
Also,
And then,
was
like at the
setting
very
traps.
best, he knows how
No.
to set traps.
No.
Wally.
He knows how to set
We
little
don't.
buckets ready to fall over if you bump the stick. That's not a trap.
That's a
Yeah, but does he
trap
catch
for a
stuff
bunny.
in it though?
No, he
You
doesn't.
guys are overestimating a 10-year-old's ability to catch a cryptid, I think.
I mean, when Wally was 10, he caught me a butterfly. So I don't know.
Yeah, I did. It was very good. Yeah, I also
And
caught a couple
Nikki and Ryan
fireflies.
just kind of looking at each other
Yeah.
like,
We
Ah.
made that exact same face. Just
I
Yeah.
see what's
Butterflies
going
are
on
fun.
here.
to catch. Yeah. Okay, so the water wheel. Yeah.
the water wheel.
Cool. Okay.
Okay,
maybe
well, if
yeah.
we want, we can swing by my house. A couple summers ago, tried softball, so I've got an extra bat in my house.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that
that
I
sounds-
did.
Would that make
That's a good
everyone
idea.
feel better?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll do that then.
Cool.
I
My
would love to
house.
watch you like swing the
have-
bat. Like you're so athletic.
Do you still
And
have
sporty.
those life jackets?
You
Also?
want?
I
yeah.
mean-
I can grab you one.
Okay.
Does
cool.
anyone else want a life jacket?
We should all
No?
have
Yes.
life jackets.
As you are gathering your sporting goods from the
From the Sullivan household.
Sullivan household, Mrs. Sullivan,
Sure. Yeah.
okay, opens the door and asks, "Where have you been? And what are you doing with all these things?"
I immediately hide behind the life jacket.
Like holding it
Like
up.
this?
I mean, I was just grabbing some ice cream with some friends, but I mean, we were just potentially gonna go like try and catch some crawdads down at the river. So Nikki, who was pretending to hide from you, is afraid of water. So she insists that we all have life jackets. So that's all.
You're catching crawdads with a bat?
No, I just Wally
needed
over there
it.
was thinking about was thinking about trying out like
Yeah.
for the baseball team, and I mentioned that I had an extra bat because like I'm not gonna play softball again because that sucks.
And I try out for the softball team, but I'm kind of scared of the balls. They hurt a little bit harder than the baseballs do, So I'm trying out for baseball. So, Yeah.
So was
So I just wanted to borrow a bat. I already got the balls. So
Whoever's talking to Mrs. Sullivan needs to make a charm roll for me.
12, 4, 28.
Okay, so
wow.
Mom doesn't believe a word you say, Ryan.
No.
But Wally here, explain to me how you sweet talk Miss Sullivan.
Yeah. I say a lot of yes ma'ams, no ma'ams, because I know, the older generation, they really like that. And I'm like,
What if
I just
also because Wally's been tutoring
Yeah.
Ryan.
Oh,
what if that
Yeah.
Yes.
Like-
yes. So Miss Sullivan's like, there's that wonderful student Wally, who's been
Yes.
helping out Ryan with her math homework. How are you, Wally?
I'm doing great, ma'am. How are you?
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
I am so glad to see you hanging out with Ryan. You are such a good influence on him.
Thank you. I'm just,
And
I'm just trying to do my
just think
best.
you are the best. You know what? You guys go ahead and have fun. You guys
Thank you.
fun.
We'll all be back by 9 o'clock tonight. I promise. I'll have everybody back home by 9.
That is perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you, Wally.
Of course. Yes, ma'am. Of course. Have a great evening, ma'am.
Have fun, kids. Have fun. Make good choices.
Remember who you are and what you stand for. Yeah, I know. Okay, bye, Mom.
Hey, don't talk to your mom like that. She's wonderful. She's so sweet.
Your mom seems really cool.
Yeah.
You to be a kiss ass, Wally.
I'm only a kiss ass when I need to be, okay? Look, sometimes I gotta put on the charm and act like the nice kid, okay?
It's okay. My parents love him too. It's so annoying.
I can carry some of that on my bike if you want. You're walking around with 4 life jackets in your arms. Like we can, and just start like looping them around the handles. And
I could wear my life jacket if you want.
You're not gonna wear your life jacket around town.
Well, yeah.
No.
Okay.
No.
Here you go.
Please,
no.
Please don't
it.
make
No,
this be seen with you like that.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, sorry. I had bad taste.
Well, I'm gonna put mine on.
No.
Well,
it wasn't me.
Now
Deal with
you
it,
look
weirdos.
like you're gonna go swimming with your bike.
Yeah, but if she were gonna go swimming, she wouldn't need the life jacket.
Do you know how life jackets work?
It's deeply unfortunate. That's how it works.
Cool. Let's
Let's go.
Go.
Wally, your friend is bumming me out.
I'm sorry.
Are we friends?
Yeah, we're friends.
Wow. Okay. Anyway, when he gets on her bike and starts pedaling, like.
And that's a threat, Nikki. We're friends.
Yeah, we're friends.
Okay.
We're friends.
If we're gonna ride though, I'm gonna grab my bike. Wally, do you need a bike?
I can run.
No,
I need a bike.
Okay.
I don't have one.
Over my shoulder, I'm just like, you have asthma, you idiot.
Look.
True. Okay, my apologies. Yeah, I'll take a bike.
Someone
That'd
can
be
sit
great.
on my handlebars too if they need to.
No, that's really dangerous. What if I get run over by the front
No,
wheel?
I'm so good at it. I'm so good at it.
Okay. Yeah. I think I'll pass. I'll take my own bike.
I mean,
Thought we were
she is
friends,
good
but
at
okay.
it, but that's fine.
We are friends. Okay. Sometimes friends just don't want to sit on other friends' handle bikes. Bikes.
Okay, I can get an extra one. I'm gonna assume I've got an extra bike. It's like an old one that like Ryan used to ride, but then she like grew out of it. So it's a little small for you, and it's like, this is what I've got. I'm sorry.
It still has the training wheels on it.
Okay, we're all biked up now.
Oh man.
My knees come up to my chest as I'm like pedaling.
Like clown.
When we're going, my mom makes me carry around this like super dorky pink toolkit in my backpack. It's really embarrassing. All the handles have glitter in them for some reason. I can take those wheels off, the extra wheels, if you need me to, if that's easier.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to. I mean, it might take us a little bit of time, but I'd appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I don't mind. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
And I've got a flashlight.
Oh,
so-
perfect. Cool. Yeah. That's great.
Oh yeah,
Like, I
feel
pull out
maybe
this
there
thing
were
of
other
keys
things
that's
I should have
huge.
grabbed. Flashlights being one of them.
Well,
I have
mean,
like a big thing of keys. It's like a big tangle. It has like one has like a little koosh ball on it that's like just too large for the keys
Yep.
for no reason.
Yep.
And like there's like a flashlight that's like this big hanging from it. I'm like, I'm good.
I think like
Like, I got my
somewhere
keys.
in Ryan's garage there was like a box that Ryan and Nikki made that was like a horror movie survival box, and there was like a bunch of flashlights in there, and it was like a sneak pull that out, grab the flashlights, push it back under like
Yeah. Okay. Now we have bikes. flashlights,
Flashlights.
life jackets, and a bat. Anything else we need?
Do we need snacks?
I have fruit roll-ups.
Oh, perfect. Never mind. I'm sold. That's good.
You guys arrive at the water wheel. Who's investigating what?
I'm no investigator, but I figured maybe we could try and find some tracks. Maybe we could see where maybe like there are some like tombstones where, you know, people put like little crosses where someone's died, you know, where the body's been found. Maybe we could find something like that.
So, do we want to check out the water wheel at all, or are we going to check out like up and down the river?
Maybe we check up and down the river first. You know,
Okay.
and then if nothing shows up, we find the water. We go back to the water wheel and we see if we can find anything around the water wheel.
Sure.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
I'll go this way.
I'll go this way.
Are you going to be scared?
No.
Oh.
See, it's okay to be scared, but
Yeah.
we're just walking along the river, so it'll be okay,
Totally.
I think.
Yeah, it'll be okay.
Who wants the bat? Who's taking the bat?
I'm taking the bat. I'll be asleep.
Okay.
Did you want it?
No. And I just hold out the bat.
No, actually I don't want it anymore.
No, I don't want it. Take the bat.
No, I don't want it either.
Ryan.
I'm gonna go with Wally.
Perfect. Yeah, let's go. We'll go together. And then the two of you can have the bat. And it's fine.
Oh, wait, guys.
Yeah. No,
don't
clearly
leave.
that's what's needed.
You guys
here.
are gonna be great. Don't worry. Wally and I, Wally told me about Call of the Wild. I have not read it because like, why would I read? So I'm gonna go with him because he's really good at directions.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
you guys have the bat, so we'll be great like that.
Team direction and team bat.
Yeah, and like Ryan, if you hit anything, like please, like describe it to us.
Yeah,
In
great,
detail.
excruciating detail.
Yeah, like about how your muscles felt when you were like
Yeah,
Just,
how
like,
it felt when you
let
hit
it
the
go.
creature, you
the
know.
sweat, you
The
know,
noise.
beating on your brow.
Okay,
If you want,
I'm just gonna go
if you
walk.
want.
Let us know if you find anything.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll let you know. Also, in excruciating detail, how the body looked and its muscles rippled and everything.
Oh, don't worry. I have notes. I can take notes.
Oh, perfect.
I've got
That's
a pencil. Yeah.
Great. Yeah. Cool. Sweet.
I regret every decision that has led me up to this point in my life.
Oh, I wouldn't
Same.
regret every decision.
What?
Clearly, you're on a really fun adventure with me. That's not a bad decision.
That's
It's
true.
a great decision. Yeah, see?
Are we gonna just talk or are we gonna do some investigating?
Okay, fine. We'll go investigate.
Oh my god. How are you friends with this person? I've got to go.
Okay.
And then
So-
Nikki just pushes the bat toward Ryan.
Who just begrudgingly takes it.
Mhm.
And then, like,
you-
Sticks it kind of halfway in her backpack. So she doesn't have to carry it.
Let's
Cool.
make brains rolls.
What?
Going for the investigation.
Oh
What
no.
brain?
No.
Where'd my D10 go?
Oh,
Do you ever just like forget which dice are which?
Yeah.
please tell
Yeah.
me you got something good, Nikki. Oh, thank God.
I got an 11.
I got
I'm
one.
concerned. I'm concerned and distracted, so I got a 2.
I got a big old 4.
Oh, okay. So, Nikki is the only one to pass. Everybody else gets adversity points.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I have to remember those.
Whitney and Wally both don't really find much. You find, you know, ferns and, you know, lush mud. Nothing much north of the water wheel. South of the water wheel, you do come across, you know, some sort of memorial to the two boys that actually the bodies, where they found the bodies, because it washed downstream. So there's just two bodies, and you see the names of the boys.
So I think like walking on the way there's a little bit of silence, and then so that game was awesome.
Yeah, it turned out to be a good one. So a good way to, start off the year, I guess. So
Yeah, all that practice,
yeah, I mean, right. Yeah.
Oh my God. No, I mean, look. And I point to the little memorials.
Oh shit. Wait, is this actually it?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Can we retcon and say we had walkie-talkies?
That could have been in our horror survival box, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of, because otherwise
Trying to think
might turn
about
into
how
an issue.
big these
Yeah.
walkie-talkies will be in the 90s.
That's true.
I've got a pack back.
I mean, they might be like
Oh.
little, like Transformers walkie-talkies.
Oh, right, yeah.
Did you steal them from your brother?
Probably.
Probably
Or are
not,
they, like,
but probably got
camping
some
ones
of
that are,
my
like, this
own, to
big?
be honest.
Yeah.
It's your
Wait.
call, Bob.
They could be
Oh,
Yes.
Like,
That's what I was
110%.
thinking.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yes.
Okay.
amazing.
Like you used to use them to talk to each other
At sleepovers, yeah.
at
Yeah.
sleepovers. Yeah.
Okay.
Pull that out of
We'll
the bag.
do
I'm like,
that
oh my
then.
God, you still have those?
Well, a walkie-talkie's a walkie-talkie. I'm not just gonna throw them away. This could obviously come in handy, as it has now come in handy.
If it works.
I guess we'll find out, huh? Wally, can you hear me?
That's a copy.
So I think we found. No, wait, don't think. We found the memorial for the dead kids.
Oh, good, because I'm not seeing anything up here. Over and out.
Do I have to do the over and out thing? Is that like a necessity?
Well, if you're
Over
trying
and out?
to, yeah, I mean, if you're trying to, like, sound like legit, and we want to be like super cool, like, mystery hunters or something like that, like, that's good. Over and out.
Okay. Well, do you want us to just wait here for you?
Yeah, we'll be right down there.
You didn't let me say over and out. Over and out. Wait, do you want us to come back to the water wheel, or do you want to come down here?
No, please wait down there. We'll come down to you. Over and out.
Okay. All right, I'll see you soon. Over and out.
That's a copy. So they apparently found the memorial down there, which is good because I'm not seeing anything down here.
Yeah, I don't see much. And like I kind of like kick the ground a little bit and like scuff like the dirt and like the pluff with like my foot and my toe. Like she talks to you so much. Like has so much to say to you all the time. You weren't kidding the other day. You were like, oh, like that person doesn't notice you. Like she does not see me. I am right here. She doesn't even see me. Can we please start walking? Let's start walking. We're gonna walk and talk. So,
I mean-
I just kind of like start going to this tirade, lots of arms.
Okay. I just maybe if you I don't know, maybe if you sort of acted like yourself, like, the self that I know you, maybe you could get her attention more. I mean, I don't know, you were talking about the time that you were talking about what we used to do as kids, and she seemed super interested, and that was fun. You know,
Like, what is she gonna do? Be like, oh yeah, can you tutor me in English? Like, ugh.
I mean, she could.
I mean,
Or
like
she
I
could
think
be
books
like,
and stuff
oh, wait.
are like cool and fun and like like it's sexy. Like books are sexy. Like reading is sexy. Like I've seen posters that say that in the library. I mean, it doesn't say sexy.
I've seen them
you know
too.
what I'm saying?
No,
It's Kermit on it, and it's like
Yeah.
reading is great. And like
Yeah.
this piggy is like, oh, you read, and like
Yeah.
that's how I
But-
feel about reading.
Yeah.
You know, but like I don't know. She seems to really like you, and if she likes you like that, and you like her, like please go for it. Because if you don't, like her ex-girlfriend is just gonna snap her up. They're arguing like they're an old married couple. It's like my parents.
Yeah.
It's gross.
Yeah, they are also like my parents. It's really weird. I don't like it. Yeah. Now I don't like her like that. I told you, she's not my type. I think she's cool, you know, and we get along, but like that doesn't mean I like somebody like that, you know?
I don't know, maybe it's like better that way or whatever. I just got so tired of like being what my parents wanted me to be. They're like, oh, what are your grades in school? And oh, are you gonna try out for the play? And oh, are you gonna do this? Like, I just got so fucking sick of it, you know? And like, I don't know. I guess I could be more myself. Like, I like being myself. Like, we're here and we're on a mission. And we're gonna like find these kids, and it's gonna be so cool.
We're
and, like,
doing
that's
mystery
really
hunter
cool.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, like that's really cool. But like, I don't know. Everybody always expects me to be awesome. They treat me like I'm really fancy or whatever because of my dad. But like, I know they only like me because of my dad. Like, I know everyone's like trying to talk to me because like he's the mayor. And like, who cares? It's not even like he's a celebrity. He like walks around like he's fucking Tom Cruise or somebody. No, Dad,
No.
you're not.
No, that's weird. Yeah. I mean, but also like, you know, I like you, and I don't like you because your dad's the mayor. I just like you because I like you. You're fun to be around, and I don't know, we get along in a lot of ways, and that's not because of your dad, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I like you too. I never stop liking you. Like I like spending time together, and I mean, you're my best friend. Like
Yeah, you're my best friend.
I'm sorry I've been a jerk. I know I've been a jerk. I've been a jerk. I just don't. I hate being what everyone expects. It's just it makes me so mad.
But
I never wanted to be like rebellious, like, but also that's kind of fun, you know?
Yeah, it is. It's fun. Yeah. Sometimes. I mean, it's not fun all the time. When you get in trouble, it's not fun, but you know, in the heat of the moment, it's fun, sort of thing, you know? So.
Yeah, but like I never get in trouble. The only person I've ever been in trouble with, well, I guess it's you.
Yeah.
You're the only person I've been in trouble with, and it was dumb. So I just don't want to be in trouble with you anymore.
Okay. Yeah. Then we aren't in trouble.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Actually, I got you something. You had mentioned that you liked pocket watches with the initials on them, and so I got you one.
You got me something?
Yeah.
When?
It cost me like $3, so it was a little expensive, but this is for you. It's got a W on it. I tried to find one that had one of your initials on it, so.
Oh, wow. Thanks. It's got like really cool filigree inside.
Yeah,
and like
it's really neat. It still works.
Ticking. It still works.
Yeah.
Oh, this is really cool. Oh man. There's a W in here and a D for Denise. Like that's my middle name.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have anything to give you.
Oh, I'm not looking for anything in return. I just mostly wanted to be like, here's a token of our friendship, you know? Like, I still want to be your friend because I care about you. And like, I don't know, I think you're cool when you're doing the things that you like to do. And I think you're pretty neat when you know, you're yourself. So, I don't know. Yeah. You should keep that in mind. I think a lot of people would like you if you know, were really showing yourself around school.
God, Wally, you're so cool. Like you don't even try. It's maddening. I hate it.
Yeah.
But also, it's something that's like one of the best parts about you.
Oh, gee, thanks.
Okay, so like, what did they find? Did they say something?
They found.
We're
a
almost
memorial.
there. I can see them over there fighting right now.
Yeah.
Look at them.
Oh boy. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, you know what? Maybe that's just what Ryan's into, and maybe you were never going to be like that. But honestly, do you want to be like that anyways? Who wants to bicker all day? That's weird.
I mean, she does seem kind of difficult, but
Yeah.
like in like a fun way, you know?
Yeah.
But I
it's
mean,
been fun
honestly,
hanging
so
with
does
her.
Nikki, but less
Yeah.
fun. Less
But
fun.
Nikki, yeah, definitely strikes me as less fun. Yeah.
Less fun.
Yeah.
Rude.
All right. Well, I don't know. Let's see what happens.
So
Hey, hey guys.
In
Hey.
canon, were we arguing?
Yeah,
I was about to say, flashing back, are you guys arguing?
I think I would have been like, so your mom really likes Wally, huh?
I mean, Wally's been helping me out with my homework, so like, you know how my mom is. All she cares about is, my grades. So it's kind of inevitable that would happen. But I mean, it's not like my mom liked you. I don't see what the big deal is.
Did she?
Well, yeah, she's bad at showing that she likes anybody, to be honest. She's bad at showing
She
that
was
she likes
pretty
me.
good at showing. She's pretty good at. I mean,
Again,
she basically.
it's different though, because it's like school related, and that's all that mom cares about. So I don't know what you want from me.
I think there's like words there that she has an answer to the question, but doesn't say it. And then we hear like the footsteps of Wally and Whitney.
Hey guys.
Hello, ye oldies. How's it going?
What took you so long?
Oh,
I'm sorry. What did you call us?
It's
like
a term of endearment.
yeah, it's a term of endearment. That's what I call my bestest friends. Ye old, ye oldies, like ye old pals, sort of
Look.
thing.
No offense, Wally, but all you have done is lie to me.
Wow. Okay, that's
So-
not true. I
Harsh
said I wanted to be your
accusations
friend.
being thrown around.
I meant it when I said I wanted to be your friend. I wasn't lying about that.
I've been trying to like be myself more, and like I know this doesn't have anything to do with these dead kids. I mean, I guess it does. I look at them and I'm like, if I were a dead kid, would anyone even know who I was? So I think to myself, you know what? Embrace what makes you weird. And I just want to say, I'm sorry I was out of line before. I was kind of a jerk about how weird you are. I'm also kind of weird. And like, we need to stick together, especially if we're going to go looking for dead bodies.
One dead body, I think. Potentially not. Hopefully not more than one.
If we
Right?
find more than one, I'm concerned.
Well, I
We
mean, do
need to
you
leave.
think that there's just the one, or I mean, it's
I'd rather not think about the fact that maybe there is more than one.
so like I said, I'm kind of weird, and I'm trying to embrace that these days. And yeah, I just wanted to say I was sorry earlier for suggesting that you might be a weirdo. That was not very nice of me, and you actually seem kind of cool.
Wow.
I'm glad we're bonding.
We didn't find anything. It's fine. It's fine.
So yeah, we didn't find anything. It's okay. Yeah.
Okay, well.
We did.
Wow. I will lean down and look around the area and see what I can find in this memorial.
Yeah, the area is cleared away, but it doesn't look like there's been people here in a bit. There's lots of weeds. There are paper notes, occasional paper notes that you see, but they've been soaked and mildewed and things like that. If you were to try to open them, they'd probably fall apart in your hands. But you do see two memorials that are like either a cross or, and you see the names of the boys on them, and you see the date that they were found or went missing or something like that. It's about 20 years ago. So like 70, 73.
Mhm.
And other than that, it's just really just you look like it looks like one of those places that you would see on the side of the road, really. Like something happened here, but you can't really tell a whole lot from it.
Can I
their
see
two
if
names.
Can I see if there are any, like, knowing that Flynn was seen there recently? Can I look around for his footprints? Because, like, I doubt he would come and visit these two boys. Like, he must go somewhere else to commune with his son.
Yeah. So you can make I guess that would be a brains roll.
What is the difficulty?
Let's see what the difficulty. What I think it's probably going to be. Because it's close to the water's edge, you probably would notice footprints if you saw them there. Mm-hmm. So let's make the difficulty a like 7 to 9.
I'm going to use 1 adversity token out of my 3 to make my 6 a 7.
Okay, awesome. So you do see a pair of dress shoes, which is what Mr. Flint wears, in front of both of them, and then it walks. So from what you find, it walks into there, stays in front of them, and then walks back out, back up towards the mill.
I start following them toward the mill, and I kind of just tell everybody, like, hey, I feel like if it were me, I would want to visit these kids, but, like, I don't know. Maybe there's somewhere else that he likes to go. I'm just gonna follow these footprints.
I'll follow you. I trust your instinct.
Yeah. Again, rule number 1 of horror movie-ness. Now that we found dead body things, we're officially in horror movie territory. So, rule number 1, look at Nikki.
Don't split up.
Yeah.
So you're following his tracks. It leads pretty right back up towards the mill. It goes to the actual water wheel itself and stops there. And then turns back around and goes, and they sort of, as like if you were to walk up the steps to go into the shed of the water wheel, that's where the tracks end. Like, so he stops at the water wheel and then comes back around and up to the steps there, and that's where they stop.
If I were playing a prank on someone, where would I go? I start like looking for little places where like someone could hide. And like I look at like the inside, because you can see can you see the inside of the water wheel, like inside the shed? Is it like half in, half out kind of thing where it's like
Yeah.
So like I go up and I start kind of trying to like look in like the tines of the water wheel to see if there's like anything in there. Like there must be a reason it doesn't turn. Maybe that has a clue.
Judging from what you're looking at, nothing in the actual tines itself is keeping the water wheel at bay.
Okay.
It's got to be something in the water, right?
Like below?
Like, is it wedged?
I don't know that I'm the right person to handle this job. Personally.
I don't think any of us are the right people.
This job being swim down there? Or is there like a way we can manually like kind of like wiggle the wheel maybe and dislodge something from like the inside?
Could be. There could be something
maybe all
inside.
4 of us?
I'm pretty strong. I mean,
as long as I don't have to like get my LE gears in this water, I'm good.
Yeah, why don't
my mom will kill me if I ruin these sneakers.
Maybe you two try to turn it. Whitney and I will stay here, and we'll watch it on our end and help in any way we can up here, so you don't
Okay.
get your shoes ruined. Because
That's a good point.
yeah.
Gotta
You know, my
protect
mom
those
will kill
shoes.
me.
Oh no, I know. Yeah. Oh,
So we're gonna go inside. This is the first time we've been inside since we started recording, right?
And
Okay.
Nikki probably hesitates a while before actually stepping, like, off of the ground. Yeah. Oh, there's probably a hesitation there, but then... Oh, this sucks. Okay, yeah, this sucks. Yeah, okay.
Because you're so afraid right now, I'm going to have you make a grit roll.
Hey, okay.
Is there a way I can help on the roll?
You don't need to. You don't need to.
Oh, okay, you're fine then. Never mind.
Nikki's like,
Gonna try and give
step
us a-
back.
I got a
Yeah.
19.
moment, but no.
Okay, yeah, you
tasty.
pass no problem. So you
Badass in the house.
you really dig down and you're like, I've got this, and you pass that no problem. So tell me a little bit about that. What did you do to get over that threshold?
I think I created a really awkward moment because I think I like reached out and grabbed onto like the jacket. Like I think I grabbed onto like Ryan's jacket or something to step over, and then like made it over and was like, okay, sorry.
Good. I'm not using my jacket for anything other than wearing, so any other use is good.
Cool.
Good use.
Very cool. So inside, you've stepped over the threshold. Inside this little shed here, there you see it's incredibly. I mean, people have been in here. There's some trash in the corners and stuff, but there's what looks like a closet door that's closed, and then you've got the gear works that you could sort of shimmy around to see if it would move the wheel in any way. There's no like real stuck gear or anything. You could try and push or pull the gears in some way to loosen it up.
Yeah, I think just start seeing what's sort of like a Jenga tower, like seeing what is the most pliable and try to move it around.
Yeah.
Both of you make a brawn roll, and we're gonna put the difficulty at like 17 to 19.
What?
Yeah. These things haven't moved in forever.
Come on. Guess who got a 20? So do I
Nice.
roll again? How does that work?
Yeah, roll again.
Yeah, you explode.
Oh, and then do I add that?
Mhm.
Yeah, to the 20.
Okay, I got a 26
Okay.
total.
I got a 10 total. So
Okay. All right. Well, so Nikki is like shaking the part that she thinks would make it move the easiest, and Ryan's like, tell me what it looks like.
I don't think this is gonna work.
Oh, I like this better. You found one that like kind of will move, but you can't like quite push it. And so then I'll come over and I'll be like, okay, like let me see if I can help. And so then the two of them like dislodge it together. I think that's cuter.
And the water wheel, it creaks. It creaks a second time, and then it starts slowly churning.
Shit.
Like it starts moving. Outside, what do you guys see? Tell me what you guys see at this point. You see the water wheel actually coming towards you, like it's starting to paddle.
Thanks for having my back in there.
Oh yeah, you're welcome.
I saw Nikki like roll her eyes when I was talking about my sneakers. If I fuck these up, my mom is gonna make me go to Payless to buy my next pair, and I just can't take it.
No, yeah, I listen. I totally get it. I mean, sort of, but like not really. But like, yeah, I get it. I mean, wanting to make sure that you're not screwing something up and your parents gonna, punish you. I would rather that not happen ever.
That's all. I just like what I like. Like, I'm not like, if the shoes at Payless were nice, I would be fine with it. And oh shit, that's
Now
moving.
the shoes at Payless are shit. That's why, that's why these Doc Martens, they're like 2 sizes too big because I bought them at Goodwill and I refused to get any bad shoes. But look at that.
Yeah, like, what? I thought this thing didn't.
I thought it's been an issue this entire time. I thought this was like some groundbreaking like thing that they had to fix.
Like hundreds of thousands of dollars, my dad said. You're doing great, guys.
As we
Doing good.
we got it moving
push
and
it
it
through.
actually started like turning, Ryan was like, "Oh shit, let's see if we got anything," and like grabs Nikki's hand and like pulls her out of the shed with her so they can go see like what, if anything, got like dislodged and floated up or whatever.
So, Nikki and Ryan, you will hear, you do hear something from behind you. There in that closet, there is a low, sort of weird growling that
What?
happens from
I'm sorry.
the closet
Excuse me?
behind it. Yeah, there's a growl that you hear.
What?
I think like Nikki was about to let go of Ryan's hand. Here's the growl and just without even thinking squeezes for like what, and probably just freezes. The closet was closed, right?
It is closed, yes.
Did you
Okay.
hear that?
Yes. I'm gonna pull the bat out and kind of hold it. And then I'm gonna be like, I need my other hands.
Sorry,
I'm so
sorry.
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 And then like wait for a second, and if I still hear it but nothing seems to move, I'm gonna like go and like poke at the door with the bat.
As the gears, at first you thought it was the gears that were just, rusted and just starting to move again. But then you realize it is actually coming from that closet over there. And it seems that the more the gears spin, the more intense the growling is sort of coming from that closet.
Hey, what the fuck is that?
I thought it was gears, but
That doesn't sound like a gear. Nose goes.
As you go over towards the door, you notice that there is like a puddle of water right at the door there. It's sort of like there's water that is coming up and under the crack of the door.
I think Nikki steps up beside Ryan and like reaches for the door handle and just kind of like shrugs.
Ready's the bat.
I raise my flashlight and click it on.
I'll open the door.
So you fling the door open and you are hit by like
No.
just a splash of water, like an angry sort of splash of water. But and you feel like something has been released.
Oh, good. I love that phrase. So just flinches from the splash and then looks into the closet.
Right now, there's nothing in there, but the water that went by, you could tell that there was something that passed by both of you.
Did you feel that too?
By that you mean like did you see someone?
No. Did you see someone? I didn't see anyone. I just felt like someone.
Yeah.
What did
Wally,
it look like from the outside? For us?
You didn't see anything leave the actual building. You heard the commotion, but you didn't see anything like leave the building. But you do see Emery Flint rushing as fast as he can towards the mill right now.
But we don't see that on the inside.
No, you're not on the inside.
I like
Oh, maybe-
reach over to Wally and just like grab the walkie-talkie like out of his pants pocket, and I just like, the old man is coming. The old man is coming. I don't know what's going on in there. I saw you raise your bat. I can't really see anything right now. I have my flashlight on here. I don't know what's going
Already
on.
grabbing. Yeah,
go.
we're running.
Do we get on the bikes? Do we leave? What do we do?
Yeah, jump on our bikes. Let's go,
Oh,
guys.
okay. Sorry, Mr. Flint.
No, Wally.
Shut up!
Okay, I'm sorry.
He is there before you guys can jump onto the bikes, and he said, "What have you done? What have you done?"
We were trying to do a kindness. We know that you missed your son. We're trying to solve the mystery because we're really smart, even though we don't really look at some of us. But we're trying to help. We're just trying to help.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what you've just released. And he has a book under his arm. And he walks up the stairs and he opens that closet. And he's like, and he turns around and he tells you, is anybody following him?
Yeah, I guess so. I'll follow.
Okay.
I'm concerned.
It's safer with an adult.
I'm concerned.
So he, on the inside, he's looking at like the threshold of the closet, and he says, "No. Who opened this door? Who opened this door?
I did.
Why? And why is this wheel turning?"
That was me too.
We thought it might help bring back your son, or at least
No,
show us
no.
where he
We're just trying to do
was.
something. Yeah.
No. Don't you understand? That thing was my son.
What thing?
And he sort of stops, and he doesn't know whether or not he should tell you or not. But the two boys that died 20 years ago, my son stole one of my books, and he came here pulling a prank on the mill. He didn't know what he was doing. He summoned a creature who feeds off the water, the motion of the water.
So you broke the mill.
Yes.
Well, it was broken once. We can re-break it, right?
Yeah, we could break it again. It's
Yeah, I have a bat.
yeah. I could start tearing at wood.
Okay, so we're gonna have to make a quick sort of roll here. We're gonna need brains and brawn to stop the wheel from turning.
I've got brawn. I don't got brains.
I got brains.
Can I
I got
assist
some
with brawn?
brains.
So the bronze can do it together, the brains can do it together, and we'll make a combined sort of for both
Okay.
of them. And then
Okay.
we'll figure out what happens.
13.
That's not great. I rolled a 10.
I rolled a 15.
I put it at like 14, so what did you
I'll
guys
use the plus
have?
one.
I have just enough anniversary tokens. So I can
Ooh.
All right, so explain to me how you guys stop the wheel from turning. Meanwhile, Emery himself is flipping through his book as fast as he can.
Okay,
I
you guys
jam
have
my
one
flashlight
left.
into the gears.
Nice. I feel
Yeah,
like
I'm just trying
going-
to like break things. Like I've got a bat. Like if I could break like a cog or something and try to like make it so things don't connect, so it will like at least no, because that won't actually help stop the thing. I'm just breaking
But
shit.
in the chaos, yeah, I think Nikki takes the part that her and Ryan had like shoved off earlier and just grabs onto that and starts hitting like the wheel with it too, and just chaos, like not thinking, just trying to break
Just
things.
breaking.
Yeah.
If it doesn't have spokes, it can't spin.
Yeah, so I think that's like probably one of the best things. You take a look at the gears, and Whitney and Wally are showing you the weakest gear there, and as one spins around, you like hit the cog and knock off one of the teeth of these gears at a time. So eventually it's just a spinning circle and nothing is turning at that point. Meanwhile, Emery is going through and he is placing more wards all over the inside of the mill at this point. But he doesn't know whether or not his son's entity is still in here or not. He's just placing the wards wherever he can. Because it happened so quickly, we don't know if it left or not. The ending, the making the water stop is really what draws the power of whatever entity or happened to his son John. And so at the end of that, what does it look like? Tell me what happens.
I just start profusely apologizing.
Everybody's like,
Mr. Flint, I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry, sir, that we did that. We'll never do anything like that again. We just thought we could help you out. We thought maybe we were doing a good deed. We all meant well by what we were doing, sir. We're really sorry.
Emery does look at you all and say, I know you meant well. I know from the way you looked at me in my store that you wanted me to have some solace with those boys, but that is the reason why I come here ever so often, to place these wards and protect the town from whatever entity he had unleashed. It consumed him. It consumed him that night when I found them there. Those two boys were already gone at that point, but John had turned into something I didn't even recognize as my boy anymore. So I cast him into that closet and I placed the wards on it so that he couldn't help, and I stopped the water to prevent him from growing as powerful as he could. That's why this mill can't run ever again.
so theoretically, if he is out, what does that mean?
Well, I mean, I don't know what kind of power that the demon had, or whatever it was. I hadn't read that far. I hadn't gotten there before. All I knew is how to contain him. So, if he is out there, well, I mean, we would have to find him and try to take care of him somehow.
But we don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, there are books, there's knowledge that I have that could help you, potentially.
You do know you're talking to a group of kids,
Kids, yeah.
Yes. But
I'll
right
help.
now,
I'm not even allowed to have Ouija boards in my house, so if you want me to do some magic spells, I can do that.
I guess I'm in too.
It's in the name of science, the mystical kind.
I mean, it is our fault, so that is only fair.
Yeah.
Where'd he
What can we
go?
do?
It's
Yeah.
not like we have a beach in this town where there's running water or something. This is it.
Think about
I
every
don't know.
sink and bathtub in town, though. Every pool, potentially every washing machine.
Why would you put that thought into my head?
I'm so sorry.
Way to be helpful, Ryan.
I'm just
No,
I'm
that
just
is
saying.
that is kind of helpful. Couldn't we set some sort of trap? Oh god, I sound like my brother.
I told you we should have brought him along.
Yeah, I mean, he would have been so useful right now.
He know what to do.
He sounds like a resourceful young man.
From what I've heard,
yeah.
he is. He sets traps and he catches stuff like a champ.
I don't think
It's
he's
not a
actually
bad
caught
idea.
anything.
You want to go get my 10-year-old brother?
No. The setting a trap with water, potentially running water. If
That'd be a
he
good idea.
if he feeds with power, that feeds his power, then he would need to go and recharge.
I know where he might be going. The fountain.
At the center of town?
Yeah. That's the biggest running water I can think of.
Yeah, I think that's pretty smart. Yeah, I think that might be where he's going.
I mean, like, I like
Yeah.
to put soap in it sometimes, but there's no
Oh.
soap today.
We could make it have soap if you want.
I don't think
I
that's
get
necessary.
in
No?
trouble for that
Okay.
all the time.
Okay.
I got caught last time, and it wasn't good. I was grounded.
Gotcha. Okay.
So we should go, right? Like as soon as possible,
Oh, like now?
like now, right?
Yeah, I guess we should.
You can ride on Nikki's handlebars. She's really good.
Okay.
Or you can borrow someone's bike, and someone else can ride on someone else's handlebars.
You can. My bike's. Yeah, you can use my bike. I feel like we should probably make a plan, but I think that won't. I don't think anybody will realize it until we're like riding bikes and like get there, and we all like stop and like look around, and then we're like, wait, we don't know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Like, hold on, actually.
What were those kids doing, sir, when he pranked them?
He shows you the book. He says, "Don't read out loud. Just."
Obviously.
And he points to where his son was. His son had basically stolen the book from him to do this, and he thought he was just gonna do a little magic trick. Did not know what he was unleashing. And he shows it to you, and he says, "If you want to reverse it," and he flips the page, and there's another sort of thing, but it will take it away, all of it away. So,
Do you want us to do that?
I think it's the best. It's for the best at this point.
You know you weren't ready to lose your son, but if you want, like, we can come visit you at the clock shop, bother you the way he probably used to.
Yeah.
I could use that. I could definitely use that.
Right, maybe go splash around in that water, talk about how refreshing it is.
What? Sure.
You're just strong. If he comes after you, I feel like you'd stand, you know.
Yeah, you know, I'll fist fight a ghost
Sure.
demon.
Sure, that's why you had Ryan get in the water.
Thing.
Sure.
That's definitely why Ryan's in the water.
Yeah,
Throw
absolutely.
her Wally, and I'm like, I'm just, you can get in the water if you want to. You're, you know, old enough to make your own decisions.
Nikki hands Whitney the book.
Thanks. Thank you very much. I'm going to be over here. You guys figure this out. I've got studying to do.
So, Ryan, you're splashing around?
So, wait, am I though? For why?
to get the
How are
ghost
you
to come up.
drawing? Yeah, how are you drawing this
Oh.
demon?
You want me to
Water.
be bait? Man, I got like a soccer scholarship to try and get. You want me to just like be ghost demon bait?
Nikki's like, yeah, you're right. Wally'll do it.
Why are you telling me what to do? Hold up. Why am I being voluntold? What? Fine, yeah, I'll go splash around, okay? Hold up, just give me a second. I go down, I untie my docks, and I take them out. You see, there's like
20 minutes later.
Yeah. You can tell that there's socks that have been shoved at the bottom because they came up with like my feet, and I was like, oh shit. Okay.
I'll watch your boots
Get in
for
the
you.
water. Thank you very much.
You're doing great.
You know what? I don't want to hear it from you. I might be revoking our friendship status right now.
This is what it took?
I got nothing. I don't have any. I got nothing. There's no beat on these bones, okay?
If it makes you feel any better, you look better than a New Kids video.
Thanks. I will get in the water, and I will very unexcitedly go splash my feet a little bit in the water. I go, oh, the water is so cool and very fun. It's so refreshing. And I go and I spray some on my face. I'm like, very nice.
Make a charm roll.
Oh boy. That's a solid 10, even with my adversity tokens, which I will use.
Okay, tell me how you coax this water demon.
I mean, I'm not doing a good job of it. I mean, you could hear the unenthusiasm in my voice. I'm so unenthusiastic about it right now. Oh boy, oh dear. I would sure hate for a ghost to come up and tackle me down into the water. Whoa. Gosh, I wish I had some friends right now to hang out with me in the fountain.
Nikki looks at Ryan like, are we going?
I'll do it. Get out of there. You're good with books too. Come here. Just take the book.
God.
No, Whitney, your shoes.
I start taking my shoes off. It's okay. I'm gonna put them with his docs. You're gonna watch my shoes.
I'll watch your shoes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks. And I take it off and everything, and I'm really embarrassed. I taking off my little hoodie and everything, and underneath I have little underoos that have cartoon characters on them, and a matching tank top, and I'm not a word.
I thought they looked pretty cool. Yeah, they look cool.
Oh. Thanks. Take the book.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll take your jacket too. Here, give me the hoodie.
So I put one foot in the water and then the other foot, and I'm just like, ugh. Ah. Oh, I love the water so much. It's so good. And I splash and I fall over, and I'm like, oh, my hair, I've got to sell it. And I dunk my head under the water. Oh, this is so luxurious. This fountain, it's so refreshing. And I try to really sell it if I can.
Suddenly you hear that sort of low grumble that you heard, or growl that you heard in the mill, and you know he's nearby.
I got a 17, so I think he's buying it.
Okay, he is buying it. He is definitely buying it. He is coming closer and closer to the fountain. What is everybody's plan?
I wish I had a watery friend to help me enjoy this night in perpetuity. Splash, splash.
Okay. Wally or Nikki? Yeah, you guys. I'm assuming you are smart.
Was there a ritual that needs to be said?
The book. Yeah, the book has something that needs to be read. So what does the book say?
Okay.
Yeah, there's
I'll just
a
read
reversal.
off the book.
Yeah. It will disperse the entire summoning if you read the book.
Okay.
While he's in the water. Once it makes an appearance in the water.
I'm gonna start mumbling it to myself just a little so I can kind of prepare myself for a second. And I'm like, Nikki, do you want to join? Maybe we say it together. Maybe it'll be a little bit stronger.
Okay.
Okay.
You guys keep reading. I'm gonna keep an eye on Whitney, and as soon as Whitney signals to me that it's in the water, because you guys have to be looking down to read.
Okay.
I'll let you know when to start.
Cool.
That's my
Maybe also
contribution.
make sure Whitney doesn't get like dragged under or anything.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
Maybe.
true.
Yeah.
I'm ready to like
I believe in you.
sprint.
Hey, real quick. We are fighting like a demon thing, right? So like,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
so like this is kind of dangerous. Ryan, I took your teddy bear.
Yeah, I know. Matt
And I'm
gave
really
it back to me.
What?
Matt gave it back to me.
Oh my god.
Let's put a pin in this.
You guys
Let's
have a
maybe
teddy
deal with
bear?
the demon first. Don't, Wally. Shut up.
No, I'm just
All
like,
right.
was it lost in the divorce? I'm confused.
No,
Like,
focus on the ritual. We've been
I'm
doing
gonna
Okay,
kill him. I'm gonna
ritual.
kill him. I'm gonna kill him. Okay,
No,
okay,
you're not.
okay.
See, I
You're
said he
fine.
was resourceful.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm
Okay.
like determined in just pure anger now
Interesting.
to just
Okay.
banish this demon so I can go
Matt.
home.
I'm gonna run towards Whitney as soon as the thing shows up, and then make sure I can grab her and pull her out.
You guys hear me like in like the ricketiest, most unsure and hesitant voice singing like singing in the rain, like under the sprinklers, like this is great, just waiting for a friend to join me in this super gross and lukewarm water.
The growl is getting a little more intense. It's coming very, very close. And out of the water itself, you see like little, like depth charges. You know he's in the water right now. You don't know where he is in the water, but you see
Do
these
we
depth
need to know
charges.
where he is in the water?
I
No,
wish I
but
was
he's
not
there.
alone in this water.
Okay, so we don't need to know where he is. We just need to know he's in the water.
He's in the water. Those are kind of signals that he is there. He's around that water there.
Moss, you can see me like looking over Moss. Ryan, you can see me looking over my shoulder. I'm like,
Yeah,
I
okay, got
seem
it.
to have a friend.
Yeah. Sprint and then just yell, "Now, go!" And then I'm gonna go
Okay.
and dive towards
yeah,
Whitney and try and
yeah.
pull her out.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da, yeah.
You have to keep continually chanting a certain amount of time. Whitney, you feel a little something. Like once it hits the water with you, you feel some sort of an energy, sort of like not like a battery draining, almost a trickle. It's just a trickle. You feel it, but you know he's in the water with you. You feel it get a little more intense as they start chanting.
Okay. I am gonna reach for Whitney from outside of the fountain. So
I try to like lunge to like throw my hand into Ryan's hand, like feeling this kind of energy behind me. And I'm just like, I'm not running away from you. I'm gonna turn into a prune if I don't get out of it in here for a while. Just enjoy, John. I hope you're having a nice time. This is wonderful. And I'm just trying to like slowly make my way and like lunge toward Ryan
Make
to try to
me
grab
a
her hand.
grit roll. Let's make it at like a 13.
We're in trouble.
And Ryan, if you are help her with a brawn roll, because you are physically sort of fighting this demon as they're chanting like crazy outside.
Probably chanting like louder and louder and louder as we're getting like more excited.
more like frantic too.
I rolled a 2.
I rolled an 18.
Okay, that's
So I
fine.
think
We'll take
maybe the
it.
first time, like I try to grab her hand and my fingers are just slippery and I just like slip through.
You're too wet.
Yeah.
The hands are, and it's she doesn't know.
Like
what
I'm
to-
having a hard time latching on.
Yeah. And then and Ryan, describe it. Describe this heroic pull from the fountain.
I think Ryan actually takes one step into the water then. to try and like essentially like hook Whitney like around like the back of the waist and like get a better grip on her, and then like pull her back and use like her whole weight to just have both of them topple backwards out of the fountain.
Awesome. And Nikki and Wally, roll me a brains roll.
Okay.
What was the last brains roll that I told you? 13?
Mhm.
Let's do another one at 13.
I got a 14.
15.
Okay,
Yes.
awesome.
Yeah.
So
One-upsmanship.
you can see it's taking like a almost like a water-shaped form in the fountain now. It's like clinging to the top of the fountain, kind of like King Kong would. And it's roaring at you as you are chanting at this. It knows the source that is pulling this energy from it. And I need you to make one more brains roll at a lower DC now. Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's working.
I got
As it's
exactly the
working.
same thing.
Okay.
I got a
I got
15 or 14.
I got 7.
14.
Okay. It's good enough. You guys are still working on it. At one point, Wally, describe what happens while you're chanting.
I think at some point Wally notices that like Whitney and Ryan are struggling and gets a little distracted because he's like super worried, and they're just like sitting there and like, oh, is everything okay? Oh, wait, I'm chanting, and like sort of gets messed up a little bit there, but then gets back into it very quickly.
Very
I
cool.
think Nikki like grabs the scruff of like your the collar of your shirt,
Yeah.
like pulls you into the book. Like,
Sorry,
no, we are
sorry.
chanting right now.
Okay.
We have to focus.
Oh, okay.
And at this point, Ryan does get Whitney out of the fountain. They are safe, but you need to run towards your friends. And if you were to join in, this would probably be the killing blow of this demon here.
Get over here.
Like I'm
Yeah.
scrambling. Like
Come
I'm
on, come on, come on,
scrambling.
come on, come
Like for a second, I feel like Ryan and I are probably like in a heap of like
Yeah.
limbs on the ground, and like I hear like the other two like come on, and I just like push off of them and like run over, and then realize I was like right next to Ryan. I was like, what do you need me to do? What do I chant? What do I say?
Just read the page.
That was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
We're like pulling you in to where like our faces are all like side by side by side, and we're like,
All right, and then now everybody roll me a brains at
Come on.
8. Difficulty 8.
I think I
Oh.
was a little distracted by being close to Ryan again, and I rolled a 1.
Oh, I rolled a 9.
My roll blew up. I rolled a 7. Was that what I needed to
Nice.
beat?
That's
So then
3
I
out
did.
of
3
4.
successes. Perfect. 3 out of 4 is awesome. So as you guys are chanting, Nikki, describe to me how you got distracted for this last little bit here.
I think pulling everybody in, since we already said it, like all of our faces are like pressed together, and Ryan was right next to me, and it was like just this moment of I completely absolutely forgot what we were doing, and just kind of like looked over for a moment and stopped looking at the book, stopped chanting, like no words are happening, and then I'm like, oh fuck, right, and then I look down and we finish off the chant.
Nice.
So at that exact moment where you stopped, there was this little, it sort of looked like the demon was about to get like a second wind, and then you started chanting again, and with the power of all 4 of your voices chanting and finishing out the incantation, it just like a big huge almost like an explosion from the inside, and it evaporates, and you actually see the 4 of you are the only people that see it, but you see the mist happen from, and because it's at the perfect angle, you do see the actual like rainbow illusion happen, and then it just sort of fades away as this demon has been, extricated and sent back to wherever it came from. You're still holding the book here, and Emery is over by the door of the Time Rex clock shop, looking on, and he sort of looks down, but looks back at the four of you, and he is smiling at this point. What happens next?
Did we do it?
There's probably like a weird silence as the water splashes down and everybody's like,
Are we done? Did we do it?
is that it?
I think we did it.
Yes!
God!
And then
Oh my
Ryan's gonna go and scoop up Nikki and do the like spin hug thing.
Oh,
And be like, yes, we did it! And then like put you down and be like, sorry, it was a caught up in the moment. My bad. That one's on me. Woo! Good job, team. High five. Anyone? High fives.
high five, friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brought together by the horrors of monsters.
Water
That was-
monsters.
Terrifying.
You
Can
did
we
great,
keep-
though.
Can we keep this book?
Oh.
It can't stay at my
Let's-
house.
Let's
My mom will
maybe
throw it in the garbage.
give it back to Emery Flint, perchance. It is his book.
I think that's the best idea.
Maybe we can ask to read it, though, if we come and visit him.
I don't know.
I feel like that's
it's his
fair.
book.
Yeah,
You're gonna
I
have
think
to
that's a
ask
good
him.
idea.
we
Mr.
go
Flint,
ask
can we come and read your book?
Anytime.
Sweet.
We won't send any children to a watery
No.
death.
Mm-mm.
Too soon, Whitney.
We will read
Sorry.
nothing out loud is what Whitney meant to say.
Yeah. But also, we won't send anybody else to a watery death. I mean,
Ollie,
you
please.
know. What?
We just discussed.
Shh, it's okay. It's fine. It's fine.
Just trying to be honest.
Yeah.
Doing more of that these days.
Let's maybe go give him his book back. We'll go do that first.
Okay. He takes
I
the
don't-
book. He thanks you.
Half
He-
of us
he
are just
truly-
drenched.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he looks at you. He smiles. He thanks you. He is truly sort of at peace at what has taken place here today, and he appreciates everything that you guys have done. He will look to you if should anything else strange pop up in St. Louis, Ohio.
We're gonna have to think of a good group name, guys. That's always how these things, they end and then start. It's like the next chapter, right? You got like
Well, let's take some
Mystery Machine Scooby-Doos and all
Let's
the
take
other
a
stuff too.
little time to figure out what happens next for our
Like,
crew here.
as we're walking each other like home,
Mhm.
we're like,
Yeah.
what's our group name?
I don't know.
Or
What
wait,
sounds
are we
like
all just gonna
cool?
kind of pretend this didn't happen tomorrow? Or
Mm.
Like
No,
the
I'll talk to you at school.
Yeah.
St.
we're all
Louis
friends.
I'm doing that now.
Mystery Crew, the St. Louis Ghost Fighters.
That's awful. That's terrible.
The
Well,
St. Louis
I
Loots.
I mean,
It's better. It's a step in the right
It's a
direction.
step in the right direction. I know it doesn't sound great, but
teenage crunchies?
Teenage Crunchies.
No?
No, I don't want to be named after the dog factory.
Oh. Dog factory. That sounds like another mystery.
I meant the dog food factory. but
I
you know
mean,
what
you
Well, they
have
say
heard
that they're
the
made
dog
out of-
food is
I
made
mean,
out
the
of
dog
meat
food,
people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll
I mean, we
brain-
could check
we'll,
that place out.
I mean, we
brainstorm
could.
it.
Yeah. Maybe that's a story for a different time, though.
A story for another day.
Day for
Yeah.
story for another day.
For the nope, I thought the name was gonna roll off the tongue there and it just didn't.
No,
Just
no, it
didn't-
really
we'll
stopped.
workshop it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. What kind of a name could we possibly have? We're just a bunch of kids on bikes.
I was waiting for someone to do that. Waiting.
Are we
You
all
know
like
what?
walking? Are we walking our bikes home? Are we
Yeah.
all just like chit
Yeah,
chatting?
we're all too tired. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like as we're like heading home, like I kind of like pull back a little bit and like wait to see if like Wally slows down.
I think Wally takes a moment and then like slows down a little and then looks back and is like, "What are you doing?"
Nothing, I've just been thinking about some stuff. That was really, really scary.
Yeah,
I could like
really
feel
worried.
like the energy, like he was like reaching out to me or something. It was really, really creepy, and I don't know, Ryan saved me, and like it was awesome, and like was like she was like really brave. She just like jumped in and got me, and like the whole time I was just like, I hope nothing bad happens to Wally.
Oh, okay. Well, I was hoping nothing bad would happen to you. I got really worried. I heard you guys struggling over there, and I really thought about just dropping the book and coming to help, but then Nikki forced my face into the book, and it got weird.
No, it's okay. I'm really glad you didn't try to rescue me, because honestly, like, you could have been the next victim.
I mean, you could have been.
Yeah, I guess so, but anyway, and like I take the pocket watch out, and like it's already kind of like clipped to my like one of the belt loops in my jeans, and like sitting in my pockets there's like a little chain, and like I take it out and I open it. There's space in here for a picture.
Oh,
maybe
okay.
Maybe we could like take a picture tomorrow at school. My mom got me a new Polaroid.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we should take a bunch of pictures together with that.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'll give you one for your locker if you want.
I would love one. Could you give me one for like as like a bookmark too? That would be cool too.
Yeah,
Okay.
I could do that.
Okay, cool.
I just wanted to tell you, trying to be more honest.
Well, I like honest you a lot more, but I've always liked honest you. So, can I hug you?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, cool. I kind of like accidentally drop the bike, and I'm like, oh shit, no, whatever, and I will pull Whitney in for a hug.
Like when you let go, like I just kind of like give you a quick peck on the cheek. Turn red and like pick up your bike for you. So you look really handsome when you're like in the fountain.
Oh, thank you. I thought you looked pretty handsome yourself in the fountain too. So we all walking off into the sunset.
I think so.
We're just a bunch of kids on bikes.
This has been the Crossroads Chronicles.
There you go.
This is
Over and out.
season.
10-4.
Bringing it back
Good
around.
buddy.
Got me that.
Season 1, episode 2.
My name is Moss or Jaden, and I play games sometimes. I'm usually here playing games, and that's usually it. So, next.
I guess that's me. Hello, I'm Kaz. I am also on here a lot. And you can find me right now, potentially, I don't know, depending on when this gets released, if I'll be dead or alive in Outbreak Undead, because that's been a ton of fun, and it's been releasing every Wednesday, and it's been good. You can find me, I stream on Twitch. I do a lot of miniature painting. That's really where my niche has gone. So you can find me on Twitch, usually Wednesdays and Saturdays, streaming at the Mini Arcanist. Yeah, I have a lot of fun projects coming up for that, so I am stoked. Yeah, that's me. On to Candace.
Hi, my name is Candace Magnificent. You can find me online and Twitter at Candace Magnificent or at that Candace Girl everywhere else. I've been doing some noodling on content for my own channel, so please follow me, Candace Magnificent, on Twitch. You can also find me on Thursdays over at K Damn Fears page at Godplane. You can find me right here on Kerri's channel for sure. You can find me on Maddie Matihi and Emma Panada's channels as well for some content that they might be doing soon. You can also find me doing Delta Green on Tuesdays on 12-Sided Stories. And then this is the part that you can cut off. And I'm going to be on Transplaner on the 25th. So shout out to that crew.
Oh, that's awesome.
So please definitely keep your eyes peeled on Twitter. I post all of my updates there. And I also do some streaming when I can.
I am I have like fever brain, so you can just look at my channel and find some stuff, but I will also tell you that you can also find me in Godplane as well. Blowing Kaz's mind over here.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
This is my first foray into DMing or GMing, so I guess I'm scratching that itch. If you enjoyed this and you want me to GM a game, I guess you could reach out to me and I'll be glad to do that for you. That was awesome. You guys are awesome. I love you all.
Is that what you expected for your first kid?
It's brilliant. I love it.
Thank you. This was just gonna
let it roll. Keep going.
This was just gonna be thirsty sword lesbians all over.
It's okay. I'm cool. I'm
That's
totally
good.
cool.
That's good.
Yeah. Brilliant.
You know, I feel like we had some unanswered or unfinished business, and
little loose ends.
Yeah,
there.
That's weird how that happens. Yep, that's all I'm gonna say. Goodbye.
Bye.